Pussy! Okay, sorry. Now that we have your attention,
Hello and welcome to the stream.
When the invasive thoughts win.
Hi,
Intrusive thoughts. Yeah.
they're not intrusive to me. Skill issue.
Oh my god. Hi, Rusty and Nena.
Hello.
Hello, chat. Welcome.
I'm sorry. So as soon as I saw the countdown, I was like, I gotta go.
Did you guys even hear it? Did the chat even hear it?
I don't know.
They fucking better have.
They better have.
Oh my god. Okay, hello. Welcome. Hi, chat. Hi, Rusty and Nena. How are you two?
Yeah.
Hello.
Would you like to go first, Nana? Since you're on top of me on the screen display.
I did not sleep much, and I have not been sleeping much lately, so I am probably just gonna be out of it and mean, which is really when I'm at my best. So
that's the point
fine.
of this stream, really. So.
Exactly. How about you, Rusty? How are you?
I mean, I also didn't sleep good, but that was my own fault because I stayed up drawing. I was having too much fun, and because I only just got back in the drawing chair, I guess, because my wife and I had been sick. I actually had to call an ambulance for her last week.
What?
Like what?
Yeah, it was just like a really bad case of flu A and maybe pneumonia, I think they said. First time calling an ambulance, that was interesting.
First time caller, long time.
Yeah, but it was fine. They hooked her up with antibiotics. We're there for like 8 hours while they like monitor, filled over fluids and stuff, and then she's been on the mend. And then the next day I woke up and I was like, shit, I'm sick. But thankfully, like, we just called our GP and it was like, hey, guess what I have? And she was like, yeah, here's the script, go take it now. So like I made it out a lot better than her, but I'm still a little coffee. But yeah, that was my week.
Aw, poor thing.
No. How about you, Rad?
I had an okay week. Nothing of note. It's a holiday today, Good Friday, so I'm off work today, which was nice.
Nice.
The dog I am sitting right now is eyeing my leftovers on the counter. I'm watching you. Boy.
Literally, animal abuse, can't believe this.
And yeah, that's it. So yeah. Before we got into the main topic, sorry, this dog.
She has something to say also. You know how turfy dogs can be.
Indeed.
That's why they're allies.
Literally taking my computer with me so that I can go put this food away.
Fridge chore with Radical.
Fridge restocking.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yes. Okay. And also, before we get started, hello to all the chat. There's so many of you in here. I cannot shout you all out because there's just so many, but hi, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Give you all a kiss on the forehead.
A joy. And hello to any lurkers or newcomers. Welcome. Okay, now that I have put the food away.
Can I give an especially big shout out to anyone who is hate watching right now? Because I look forward to you agreeing in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks when you join us as the fourth member, that will be really my honor.
That would be amazing.
A newly birthed IMLA member, always appreciate it.
Little hater.
Yeah,
this
little hater.
Little hater born.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, cool. Just wanted to say a shout out to our haters.
Yeah, so before we dive into our main topic, we of course have to touch a little bit on what happened in the UK this week. The Supreme Court in the UK made a ruling that trans women are not women.
Yahoo!
Yes, according to the Equality Act, which is
pigs
just
cannot fly.
So important. Yeah.
So it was a unanimous decision by all of the judges. And they said the unanimous decision of this court is that the terms woman and sex in the Equality Act 2010 refer to biological women and biological sex.
Hell yeah.
Everyone's
Hell yeah,
freaking
baby.
out, but they did make sure to say that trans people would continue to have protections against discrimination, which I don't think anybody would be against. Like, obviously, people should not be discriminated against.
Boy, that seemed like a given because they're not being discriminated against for playing
Exactly.
pretend. Like,
Yeah.
what rights didn't you have over
That's
other
right.
people?
I know when
But
they
yeah,
always
obviously,
cry that trans rights are human rights. I'm like, there are no rights you don't have. But
they are
anyway,
already there.
this decision is going to affect things like sports, changing rooms,
Good.
Associations is the
shelters.
biggest one though, because everyone else basically already had the right to be able to exclude based on sex, like medical practices and stuff.
Yeah.
But associations did not have the right to do that,
Right.
which meant
Which is
like lesbians
insane.
could not exclude men. And that was actually like the piece of evidence that like pushed the judges over the edge. They're just like, wait, what? So a man can just walk in and be like, I identify as a lesbian, and like lesbians can't kick him out. They're like, yeah, that's what we're
Yeah,
saying.
bro, welcome to fucking 15 years ago, dude.
I know.
Like-
The judges were like, well, that's not right. It's like, yeah, thank you for actually listening for the first
You
time
think?
ever. So
You think?
exactly.
Dun, 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 dun. Me
So-
smacking the side of my head.
So actually,
Me in
that was
courtroom.
kind of that's going to be like a game changer. Like all these other places
Yeah.
thought that they had to like let men in when they didn't technically,
Mm.
and so now it's just like totally clear, right?
As it should be. Yeah, I hope Australia and Canada follow suit because it's also a case of like lesbians cannot organize without allowing men here.
I'm about to get arrested in Australia, gals.
Queen, I will bail you out.
I'm gonna have so much fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start the like IMLA legal fund for Nana when she moves to Australia.
I'm about to make so many people so upset. So yeah, I will be needing
I
legal
look forward
help.
to it.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
I need lawyers in the chat.
Any lawyers, any Australian lawyers in the chat. You know what? I'll just go hang out with Sal Grover. I'm sure she's got the hookup at this point.
I'm sure she does. Yeah, actually, we have a federal election in Canada next week for our prime minister because Trudeau stepped down. So
that's right.
Next week is our election. I'm early voting tomorrow, actually, because I will be very far away from my polling station on actual election day, and I don't want to cross the city for that. So I'm going to vote early tomorrow.
So wait, have you just been prime ministerless since he stepped down?
No.
Someone else in the party would like yoinked
exactly.
In? Okay.
Yes, so we have had Mark Carney, and he is running for the head of the Liberal Party for this election too. I will be voting for the Liberal Party. Normally, I am an NDP, a New Democratic Party voter, but I live in Alberta, which is a conservative stronghold. Alberta has elected the Conservative Party for more than 50 years. So, like, people talk about, like, even when you say there's no point in voting, like, there's still, but not here, literally, like, it's going to be the Conservatives no matter what in Alberta. But there's a slight, teeny tiny, itty bitty, maybe, possibly, probably not, but perhaps maybe chance for the Liberal candidate in my city. So I am going to vote for him.
Right, because voting's not compulsory there, is it?
It's not. And also, we do not vote for prime minister. I don't know how it works in Australia, Rusty, but
no, we don't vote for prime minister either. We vote for the party.
Yes, us too. And then the leader of
the
party.
And then they get to choose. They get to choose their prime minister in their party.
Yeah, that's basically how it is here too.
I think that's how we got our first female prime minister, Julia Gillard. It's like the Labour Party, so the leftist one, was still in, but the dude like was wildly unpopular. I think I was a child at the time, and then so she stepped in. So some people are like, well, she didn't get in by voting. She got a technicality.
That's the same here in Canada. Our one and only female prime minister was a situation in which the reigning prime minister stepped down, and so she inherited the position for something like 7
and then got blamed for everything the dude left behind. Yeah. Same old. Good to know it's
the
universal.
glass cliff, as they call it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yes, but yeah, that's that. So, I don't know. Shall we get into our topic?
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
Queen.
But
I'm
yes,
ready for some
congrats to
goofs and
all of our
gaffs. To
congrats to all
UK.
the
Oh,
whinge and poms
right.
out there.
Yeah.
And so, speaking of the topic, when Nana, Rusty, and I were discussing if we were going to stream or not, then I was like, okay, well, here's my list of topics that I have for us, and it was unanimous that Mariama, if you're in the chat still, has been asking for this topic for a long time, and so we
She's done
decided, you know
her
what?
waiting.
She's done her waiting, 12 years of it. We decided, Mariama, that tonight was your night. We're doing the topic you've wanted to see for like months now.
Yeah, you've been so persistent. We haven't forgotten.
Yes. So,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
just like, why don't we do that one that keeps getting requested?
Yeah. She
Yes.
has
About
been
time.
voting. She has been showing up to the polls.
We hear our constituents.
Yeah,
This
she
one's for
contacted
you,
her.
Mariama.
She contacted her representatives or whatever Americans say.
And we have heard her.
Yes.
We have heard her plight. Okay, so let me configure the screen here. It's still getting used to Restream. This seems fine, I think, right?
It's a little cut off.
I know
Yeah,
I
is it
can
gonna
adjust that, but or there's
just scroll a bit or something?
this one.
Can you like center it a little bit more with the side with the like scrolling bar at the bottom there of the webpage?
Yeah, I will.
Oh,
Okay.
then it's probably fine.
But I mean,
then.
like size well, it's perfectly readable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Is
this
it
is fine.
better like this, or is it better like this one?
Yeah, us a little bit smaller, I think is good. This one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we're working through the growing pains of learning a new platform. Oh, stream update. I have bit the bullet and I have paid for a year subscription to Restream. Um, there was
It's like a sixth of the cost.
yeah, so there was a very incredible anonymous person who I still don't know who they are. They on
She.
On
yes,
coffee, on
she,
like Buy
definitely
Me
she.
Coffee.
On Buy
Yeah.
Me a Coffee, she sent me enough money to cover a year of StreamYard, which is I'm still weird about. I just wow, I don't know. But StreamYard was $650 a year, which is insane.
Which is
That's
nutso.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then
So greedy.
Restream was $190 a year. And I found a 20% coupon online. So
Ooh.
I got it for even
Nice.
cheaper. So
Savvy.
yes, I have paid for the year subscription to Restream. And then I am going to make a donation with some of that money to Vancouver Rape Relief. And then some of that money I'll keep for like channel maintenance, I suppose, like
Yeah, you should.
my
Like in case
Canva
you're
subscription or a microphone or whatever the hell.
yeah. I would keep it as like a in case your computer dies and you have to,
Yeah, or that.
things like that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so that was amazing. But yeah, that's a stream update. As far as that, we will be using Restream going forward. It functions much the same as StreamYard, but I'm still like just kind of learning some of the backstage stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Some of the furniture is in different places, you know.
Exactly.
Stuff.
Exactly. Okay, so our topic. So the unexpected costs of passing as a trans woman. The trouble with finding my true self in the beauty
Oh my God.
aisles.
That's your problem,
the
mate.
beauty-
You're looking in
that's
the
the
fucking
problem.
beauty aisle for your self-actualization.
Right.
It's like,
So there's
alright.
the little art of
Supposedly a Tim.
Get this dude out of here.
Yeah. Oh, wobbly knees, shiny.
Oh, he's
I
so
Oh yeah,
hope-
shy shoulders.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't have to implement whatever the fuck the self-defense shit was. I don't know if it had a title. Victim.
victim stance number 4.
Yeah.
That's the most dire of them all.
What is he looking for? Not the green jeans or the green beans.
Yeah,
The
not the green
green
beans.
what?
Not The green, what's a beauty product
Eyeshadow.
that has the
He's
Eames in
looking
it?
for concealer for his Adam's apple.
The green Maybellines. I don't know
Oh,
anything.
that's very
Is
good.
Maybelline makeup, am I correct, or is that close?
No, you're right. That's
Okay.
Okay, let's dive in. So, in March 2018, a handful of days after I came out to my therapist as a trans woman, I decided to buy a razor to shave my legs.
Woman equal shaving. Yeah, and I'm
Woman
sure you did
equal
it with a
knowledge.
hard on too, mate. Like, fuck off. You
For the
fucking.
first time in my life, I was aware that my legs had hair on them. Once he
Wow.
decided he
Yeah,
was a
'cause-
woman, he became aware of the hair on his legs.
Sure did.
Wow.
And I was at once irritated by that hair and a little anxious about it because
Oh,
women
he got that crazy sensory issue that so many women claim to have when you're like, hey, you shouldn't shave. And they're like, I have sensory issues. Where? He got that. He got the disease.
Oh, it's
Proof it's
contagious,
innate.
yeah.
Yeah, whew, that's proof true woman.
I didn't know why, but I wanted it gone.
Oh,
We
the
know
trauma.
why, sir. Your erection speaks for itself.
Even though I had a perfectly good razor I used to shave my facial hair, I felt strongly that I needed something pink or purple to tackle the thicket on my legs.
I'm gonna kill
Because you
myself. I'm
like
not gonna make it
this
through
is just
this.
this is a
This is-
like that's just a mental problem that you had that you needed to buy something pink or like, sir, I can't help you. Like you're fucking stupid. Why not just throw your money in a trash compactor then? If you're that dumb, or
Also-
just give it to me, honestly.
Most women I know shave their legs using men's facial razors because they're better.
Exactly.
Like stuff marketing to women is worse anyway. Like so a lot of the women
And
I know
more
who still
expensive.
shave, yeah, or shaved would use men's facial razors because they're just better. So it's like this is literally just I'm gonna kill myself. I can't. Like
I'm being told to behave in the chat.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
I'm sorry.
So, standing there in a Target razor aisle looking for something functional but also cute, my anxiety growing as I was sure people were looking at me and seeing my secret true self and judging me accordingly.
It was
I
the
found
boner
myself-
they were looking at. They were noticing and judging.
The pink
And like
razor,
avoiding.
the pink razor marked as explicitly for women was so lovely and sleek, but it was
Things
also
women have never
functional.
said.
Right, like
You just-
back when I was shaving my legs and stuff, like I would never like what woman
it's
is
so
in the aisle looking
sleek.
for how sleek and beautiful the razor is? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, clear
Yeah,
fetish.
fetish out the wazoo.
Oh boy.
I like Kaidek and it's something cute. The hell does that mean? It's a fucking razor.
Right. Oh my god, existential gamer. Cue Sarah McLachlan music. In the arms of the angel. Your donation can help one woman, me, buy wine for her period. Oh my god. Oh, hi, Lily.
Lily, hello.
Okay. But it was functionally the same product as the black and neon green razor for manly dudes right next to it, and the pink razor was $1 more expensive.
Yeah, don't. Thing woman has been
Intellectually,
complaining about for years. You fucking. Sorry.
intellectually, I knew the pink tax existed because I had spent most of my adult life reading up on women's issues. I wonder why.
Well done. Well done. So brave. Well.
But this was my first encounter with it in the wild, with the fact that you could want so badly to feel a sense of belonging that you would let capitalism gouge you over and over again.
Skill
Well,
issue.
okay,
You're
let's
just fucking stupid.
I have bad news for this dude. That's literally his entire identity, is that he thinks he can
Yeah,
buy
you're gonna
his
be
true
paying.
self. So
Yeah, buy the surgeries, buy the hormones, apparently buy the
hormones.
cute, sleek razor. Like, you're
Makeup.
literally admitting you're fucking doing it, and you're just being stupid. So it's just like, oh my god, I can't
How
believe
could
I'm stuck
capitalism
having
do
to get
this
run
to
over by
me?
buses. I just have to keep laying down and let them crush me. Like, you're stupid. Can't be helped.
This is crazy. I wanted so desperately to indicate my essential womanness that I was willing to pay extra for it because the pink fucking razor makes you woman.
Need pink razor.
Like if you bought
Need.
the black and neon green razor, that means you're not a woman.
Yeah, it
Gender
would turn
affirming
around and
razor.
say, "I know you're a male. I can smell your Y chromosome." That's what the black razor would say, and then
Oh
it would kill him, obviously,
my
because
god.
transphobia and big government.
This is crazy. Screwing up my courage, I grabbed the razor, keeping my head down at the cash register, ready to say that it was for my wife, should anybody ask.
They
Literally,
don't
no one
care.
is
Don't
like
care.
watching you buy the fucking razors. This is crazy. Newly out trans people are terrified of the gender police, who generally don't exist except in our heads. Well, at
So
least,
you
Yeah.
admit it. So you
Yeah,
agree.
right.
that's good.
So we agree. We agree. It's not a real oppression. We agree, and you're just like holding up the fucking grocery store line, so I can't buy my green beans because this man is like making weird eye contact, like trying to look demure, like batting eyelashes at the cashier, like, oh, are you gonna, sir? Is that gonna be cash or credit?
Yeah, nobody cares. I don't like it's amazing that they're like they can always admit this and then be like, but we're the most marginalized, we're being murdered left and right, we're being
Yeah, the
genocided in the streets.
car-
Because
cashier
someone in my
literally
head
reached over and choke
someone in
slammed
my
me.
head made a comment about something I bought in a store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nothing
or
could
I
be worse.
imagined that someone might say something.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. That pink razor was a piece of crap, and within 6 months I had to replace it. My old men's razor, which I still use to shave what facial hair I have left, is going strong after years of use. So just use
Okay,
the
then
fucking razor. Like
why don't you
these.
just wrap a little bow around it? Why don't you paint
Also,
it pink?
it is so interesting to me
What if it's a
that
trans razor and it's like and the inside it identifies as a girly razor and you've just been misrazoring it this whole time? Oh my god.
That's cutting,
it is
deeply cutting.
interesting to me though that he is using the men's razor on the facial hair because that is a man's affliction and he
Obviously,
understands that. But for the womanly gender feels of his legs being shaved, he has to use the pink one. Like different
yeah.
razors for different purposes. It's
Maybe because he's acknowledging that it's a better razor, he doesn't want to trust this admittedly sleek, cute razor on his face because he knows it's worse quality.
yeah.
So he's willing to, compromise when it's, you know.
In the
Also,
months thereafter, money seemingly poured out of me. It was so expensive to be a woman.
you don't have to do any of this.
Mm.
You don't have to
Nobody's
do
making
any
you
of
do
No,
this.
you
this.
literally don't have to do
Nobody
any
is
of this.
holding a gun to your head except the gender police in your brain, apparently.
Yeah.
I
Your
found myself
delusions.
having to buy an entirely new wardrobe when I'm
Also
still
not
struggling
necessary.
to fill out here and there.
You do not need to do that.
Oh my god.
Also, I feel like no woman has ever used the phrase like "fill out." I feel like that's such a male way to be like, a woman developed breasts. You needed
Yeah.
new okay, so yeah, all right.
I
You
needed new
needed
shoes. I
No.
needed makeup.
You didn't.
Buying all
need to
this
face
stuff
the
in
wall.
aggregate was expensive, of course, but each individual item was expensive in and of itself.
Yes, that's how prices work.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you buy many small expensive things, it is also expensive to put them all together. I hope
Yeah.
this was
Yeah.
a useful
And there are
economics
things
lesson
you
for
just
everyone.
don't even need to buy at all. You could spend that money on like groceries or a gym membership or
Funding trans
therapy.
shelters.
Yeah, the shelters they think they need so badly. Why don't they
yeah.
ever do that instead of buy a bunch of shitty razors or whatever?
I have the
Yeah.
disposable income to waste, and I keep doing it. This is so hard. Okay,
I'm
sir.
oppressed. Oh.
Can a man spend a lot of money on clothing? Of course, but he also has many affordable options. Finding
So do
such
you.
option in the women's section was its own challenge. It was as if I was experiencing the market pressures of being a teen girl in the space of about 3 months instead of over several years.
Specifically
It's
a
so-
teen girl. Oh, well, I'm just like them.
Ew!
That's what he's thinking.
It's also like one, no, you're not, because as a marketer, you know you're not, and two, you are not the target persona. I'm telling you this much. So it's all in your head. And two, Oh, it's so much harder for you, a grown adult man, than the teenage girl. Is that what you're trying to posit? Like,
Right.
oh, teenage girls have it so
He
easy. You
is the
fucking
teenage
creeps.
girl, Nana. He is the teenage girl.
Barf, barf. I can't. I can't with these dudes. This is why I'm gonna go to jail in Australia. I'm gonna make so many new friends.
Elle says, why are they so obsessed with comparing themselves to teen girls? Exactly,
You know
Elle.
Because
why?
they're creeps.
You know why.
You know
They
why?
fetishize it. It's always such a weird child obsession, like girlhood too. Ick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and those of
Yeah.
us who actually like went through a girlhood are like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Glad that's over. Glad I'm a woman now.
Hmm. Julie, I feel like I'm being dragged into some dude's porn fantasy against my will. That's
Look,
about
if
the
we have
size
to
of
see
it.
it, if we have to see it, you have to see it, Julia. Come here.
Honestly, everyone can blame Mariama.
Yeah, everybody direct your hate towards Mariama in the chat. She wanted this
No.
article so bad.
Joking.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, none of them want to be like 40-year-old matrons, even though they are usually 40-year-old
No,
themselves.
none of them are like naming themselves like Brenda or
Yeah.
like the names of our
Gladys,
Like an age
moms. Right.
appropriate.
They're all
Deborah,
like Charlotte, Jessica,
Sakura.
I'm Claire. I'm
Sakura.
Roxy.
Ugh. Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. Like I always think of like fucking Bruce Jenner becoming Caitlyn. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
like you're a
Not like
man in your
Marge.
60s or 70s.
Yeah,
No
how many
60 or
Caitlins do you know who are
70-year-old
70?
Caitlyn. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so even beyond that, there's the cost of laser hair removal and electrolysis to get rid of my facial hair. There are regular sessions with a therapist who specializes in gender dysphoria.
Breaking that door, therapist.
There was a crash course in voice training in an attempt to coax my own rebel into a reasonable alto. Changing my name costs almost $500, and a printout of the
Yeah,
paperwork proving my name was changed was another 50. There are
yeah,
so
that
many
costs the same for everybody who wants to change their name. That's
right.
just it,
Yeah.
dude.
Like
And you
You
that's
don't
shouldn't
not
have
have
to
to do
change
like
your
that.
name. You
that's
don't.
for
You
the fucking government hassle of having to like alter vital statistics records and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lord.
Oh
There are
boy.
so many expenses to come, including surgeries and more documentation of my identity and so on and so forth. It's expensive and exhausting, and it will never end. And yet, I never ask myself why I'm doing all this. I just am. I need to.
That's the problem, mate. You need to have a look within, not in your fucking navel. Just have a think about what you're doing, and maybe stop wasting your money. That's it. That's my advice. Me as a therapist, dude. I think you're fucking stupid, and
Ooh.
you don't got to do any of this.
I read something on Reddit the other day
Oh yeah.
about names, trans people and names, and this
Oh yeah.
person, their post was they're a TIFF, so
Hmm.
female to male, and they were talking about how when they were, well, when she was 15, she chose the name Phoenix because of course she fucking did,
Of course.
and now she's
What a
like
unisex name.
22. Now she's like 22 and is like, I feel like kind of embarrassed by this. I'm like, yeah, well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it was in like one of the name subreddits because she's looking for a new name. because
How
she,
about the one your
Hmm.
parents gave you?
but then, okay, yeah, how about the one your parents gave me? Sure. But also, you chose this name at 15 that you're cringing at 22. What else might you regret at your adulthood that you did as a teenager?
Yes.
Like, I don't know, chopping your tits off.
Exactly. It's just
Yeah.
like if you were feeling cringe about like a username or email you selected at 15, your
Right.
name, surely more permanent changes you may regret because I'm just going to say it, 15-year-olds are fucking stupid. They don't know what they need or want, and that is part of being 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is all part of the process. You just you turn 16 and then you're like, "Oh wow, that was fucking
Also,
dumb of me." And then you turn
look,
17, rinse repeat.
I have a problem with like, okay, I have a stance that I want you guys to take on when it comes to the whole like choosing your name thing. Some people are like, okay, well, if you legally change your name, I'm going to call you that because like I respect people deciding what
Mm.
their name is, blah, blah, blah. And I get that argument. But on the mean girl side of me is just like, that is profoundly pathetic for someone to be like, well, my name is T Rex and you have to call me that. It's like, no, your name isn't fucking T Rex. Your name is Trevor. and I don't have to call you that, you lame loser. You know
No,
what I
it's
mean?
Trevor Rex.
You know what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah.
something profoundly dorky and just gross about like forcing people to call you like a sweet ass nickname when your name is fucking Trevor. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I'm
have
gonna
to
call
earn
you like, yeah, you have
it.
to earn nicknames and stuff like that. When these girls like calling themselves Brick or Bug or whatever, it's like I'm not gonna call you Bug, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Like, you are Jennifer. Fucking calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I can settle on Jen if we're close.
exactly. I'll call
Yeah.
you Jen.
If
I'll call you
Yeah,
Jane
you're
I
when you
don't.
meet or
strange.
something.
If a person changes their name to like any other random normal name, like I truly do not give a shit. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, when it's like, oh yeah, I'm Bug, or like they choose something super cutesy and like,
Or like a girl, big ass man, be I'm Destiny. It's like, no, you're not. Like, you are
yeah,
not Destiny.
or
Like, I'm not.
the
All right, David, I'm not going to call you that.
Aiden,
Mm.
Caden, Jaden, Bradens, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
the Olivers
Yeah.
and the
Cooper,
uh,
Leo.
Theo, Emery, Ella. What's the other one?
Yeah, it's
Ellery.
just like I just think there's something really profoundly uncool about like picking a name for yourself. It's like what you
Yeah, I
wanted to
agree.
do when you were in second grade and you wanted to
Yeah.
like force people to call you T-Rex or whatever. Like I'm not going to do that. You don't get to do that. I think it's stupid and I'm going to detonate everyone forever and that's my problematic opinion.
No,
Let it out.
I can totally see that. And especially because it's been used to like obscure things. I think the thing that I mostly have an issue with is the fact that they call it like dead naming or whatever, and they want to act like calling them that is some crime. It's just like, well, for the sake of everybody understanding who the fuck I'm talking about, like I'm gonna say like Jonathan Yaniv instead of saying like Jessica Yaniv or whatever. Or did he
Well,
change his name to like Jessica Simpson, didn't he? Or
right,
something like that?
because if you Google Jessica Simpson, you're gonna get the pop star, not him.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
he
So
did
it's
it.
just like, yeah, fucking skinwalking over here. So yeah,
Mhm.
I totally understand that. It's just like, nah.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Existential gamer. It's like when people give themselves a nickname. That's my problem with it. It's like essentially people are trying to do that. They're legally trying to force that. And I'm like, I don't want to
mhm.
call you that. Your name is fucking Trevor or Jeff or whatever. Like, I'm not going to call you some lame ass thing you came up with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because these people never choose just like a regular name. It's always
Right. Like
some
there's
fantasy nickname thing. I'm like, I'm not doing
we
that.
always like dunk on the Tims, but like the Tiffs also do it. Like there is no
They
Tiff
do.
whose name is like Brian or Dave,
yeah.
right?
Frank.
Yeah.
No, they're all like Oliver, Braden,
I
Jaden.
remember I've seen multiple called Desiel, like the ship name.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh,
Um,
very funny.
Speaking
Very
of
highly funny.
TIFFs, my favorite game to play on the Instagram Explore page is because I have a lesbian focused Instagram account, so my Explore page is
Mm-hmm.
all like LGBT, but primarily T shit. But my
Ugh.
favorite game to play is when, because you, even if it's just a little tiny square, you can clock a TIFF every time.
Mm-hmm.
And so my favorite game to play is the bio. Their Instagram bio is either going to be Aiden, Caden, Braden, Jaden, Oliver, or they're going to have the needle emoji with the date they started testosterone next to it. And I always
Oof.
play the game where I'm going to go, it's going to be one or the other. And without fail, every fucking time I win. I have never lost. I have never
Nice.
lost.
Undefeated champion of Instagram. She's the only competitor,
Instagram
but she
tips.
is winning.
Yep. Ugh. Anyway.
Yeah.
So there's a word that comes up in trans circles often, and I think it probably describes me, or at least people have used it to refer to me at times when they think I don't know they're doing it. Assimilationist.
Close. What you're looking for is autogynephile, sir. Also starts with an A.
Wrong A word.
Long name. These long words are so confusing.
Very tricky
That's
for
a
his stupid
autograph.
brain. He couldn't afford a dictionary because they didn't have any pink ones.
Ugh. I hate when they don't
Yeah,
have gender affirming
unfortunate.
dictionaries. Am I right, ladies?
Yeah, it's very sad.
The best way to describe an assimilationist is to describe myself. So here's what I'm wearing right now on a
Oh
chilly
my god, is
California
this a
day at the start of
fanfic?
year.
Is this a
I
fan?
oh,
Here's what I'm wearing. My
Yes.
black studded belt and my red fishnets cascaded down my back with my gothic hair or whatever the fuck.
also, oh my god, can you imagine how long it took him to write this article with just one hand?
Yeah.
Did he charge by the hour for this? Because I mean, he must have had several breaks.
Oh
That's all I'm
my
saying.
god.
Especially
Okay.
for this paragraph. Oh my god.
Let's
I
learn
can't
what he's
believe this.
In the
Sorry,
style
continue.
of ebony darkness dementia.
You mean
Raven
Enobi.
Ravenway.
My hair, on which I use somewhat expensive lightning shampoo to coax it toward a dirty blonde, hangs just past my chin. On my nose sit round frame blue glasses, $500. I'm
Sorry,
wearing
is this an advertisement now?
I'm wearing a full face of makeup. My first visit to Sephora ran me $250. Good fucking god! And I
What a
have on a
prep.
pink sweater, a gray undershirt, black tights, and a ruffled black skirt, around $120 all told, mostly from Target. Cap this off with some dark purple running shoes, $75, and you've got the whole look.
And did you stick your middle finger up at the turfs, at the preps?
At the preps and turfs.
Did you go to Good Charlotte at Hogsmeade? Is that what happened?
Oh my god.
Did
Ugly
Harry
vibes.
Potter, I mean vampire, come over to you?
Ugly vibes.
I mean, the pink shirt, the black tights, black skirt, and purple shoes is interesting.
Yeah, it's certainly a choice he's making. I cannot believe this is a real article. He just started talking about, okay, guys, let's all describe what I'm wearing.
And it's like all the cringy fan fiction where, yeah, they detail. Like, well, it's literally ebony.
Yeah. I'm
Oh
wearing
my
God.
pants and a t-shirt as usual.
Oh,
I
yes.
ran out of description.
Rusty and Nana, describe yourselves right now in this moment in this style, please.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm wearing gray Uniqlo Airism leggings, which is what I wear to sleep. Because I don't know. And then I'm wearing a t-shirt which has a permanent stain on it. And I am on my periods. I'm wearing the oldest undies I have and the biggest hat I have.
You mean you're not wearing red lace?
I'm wearing not an ounce of lace at the moment. I'm wearing the worst clothes I have so I can bleed through it. It's fine.
Rusty, what are you rocking?
I'm
in all your
wearing
womanliness?
first. I'm wearing dark black headphones where the women whisper in my head, very gothically, and I'm wearing a blue, teal, green t-shirt that comes down to past my stomach, where normal t-shirts come down past, and a pair of basketball shorts. And my hairy legs are blowing in the summer breeze.
Oh, well, I'm womaning better than both of you because I am wearing pink pajama pants.
Prep! I put my middle finger up at her.
Yeah, prep.
Also
Okay.
wearing a matching pink sleep shirt with a green crewneck sweater over top because it's a little bit chilly in here. And my long, luscious brunette raven locks are pulled up into a hair clip.
Mine is also in a beautiful messy bun, like a murdered wife in a movie.
Perfect.
I have a buzz cut. It's just here.
No, mine is there's strands escaping as if I don't care, and they're blowing in the breeze.
Wow.
Like in a movie.
I know, I'm so gender conforming, Saltine. Wearing pink.
Oh god.
Yeah, but I have brown hair, so obviously boys would never notice me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I have brown hair. And it's wavy and it's in a bun. It's in a messy bun. Like, I don't even care. It's like I can't even tell how pretty I am.
To top it all off, though, I really have completed my look today with my indoor-only house Crocs.
That's allowed if they have pentagrams on them. Do they have pentagrams
blue? I failed.
That's a boy
kill
color.
her.
That's not allowed.
Yeah. gender fluid radical? Is there something you want to tell us?
Gender her feet are boys, but the rest of her are girls.
Oh, wow. This is so funny, Rachel. When I'm wearing several thousands of yellow Labrador dog hairs while I dog sit. Me too, except for the golden retriever. Ooh, existential gamer. My blonde hair with prominent graying roots is confined in my fashionable CVS headband. I don a pink t-shirt that says, "It is what it is." So deliciously random.
I was really hoping you would say waffles on it or something. It's sort of more, you know.
I like waffles
the
or
roots on my own hair.
OMG penguins. Yeah.
My God.
I don't even I don't have gray hairs yet, but if I did, I would have them and they would be romantic.
Uncensored.
Yeah. Nana just shading me.
Yeah. I'm one of those I think it's all the microplastics I consumed growing up have kept me real young.
I love everyone in the chat also providing their own descriptions. So good. I love you all.
I like that this would amount to like the first chapter. It's like, okay, thanks for reading. Come back next time for the characters
next week.
I want 4 revows, no flamming.
No flamming, everyone.
Okay. So this outfit would not seem out of place on just about any woman in her 30s who works in the
media.
Wrong.
Citation needed.
It's a solid everyday look when I don't have to make any on-camera appearances. I have a more expensive wardrobe for when I do.
Okay, dude. You're like every male-made like Beverly Hills fashion stereotype girl. That's what you are right now.
I hate this guy.
That's precisely the point of the assimilationist claim. As trans people, we're supposed to complicate the gender binary, not uphold it. But what are you talking about? The whole entire point of transness is
to uphold the gender binary.
So would he be challenging the binary by being a man wearing pants? I play with gender. I play with gender.
So by trying my damnedest not to stand out, but to blend in, to tilt whatever little equation you run in your head when you see me away from man and toward woman.
I see a man, dude.
I'm propagating a system that hurts both trans people and women disproportionately via everything from broad systemic violence to the relatively minor sin of the pink tats.
Plus you think it's a minor sin because 1, you can fucking opt out of it, and 2, nice trying to fucking tack trans shit onto the like struggle of women. This system that you are agreeing that you're a part of because you're buying makeup or whatever, like it hurts women and trans people. Nah, mate, it fucking hurts women. Face the fucking wall. I'm sick of this dude.
Yeah, it's an option for you, bro. Can you just like the fact that it is an option for you? It shows that you're not the same.
Mm-hmm.
You're part of the system on the benefactor side. Like you're like, wee, having fun.
Yeah.
How does anyone pay? Did this guy get paid to write this, or did he pay to write it?
Essay. Read this essay, dude. This is not an essay. It's full of first-person pronouns. Face the wall. You get an F. You failed, but you're not coming back into my class.
Oh boy. So here's the thing that gives me a thrill, but probably shouldn't. It's working. I can count the number of times I've been misgendered in the past 6 months on 2 hands, and it now happens so infrequently that I can chalk it up to somebody misspeaking far more often than to a deliberate attempt to make me feel like shit.
Yeah, not everybody's out to get you. They just see a fucking man, dude.
Right. Like, people are not thinking that deeply about you when they see you. They just, like, our brains clock male, female. It's not like, ooh, that's a man over there pretending to be a woman.
Let's kill him.
Man. Like, no.
Also, more than 5 times less than 10 in 6 months is a lot, actually. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want to burst this dude's bubble, but like that's actually a lot.
It's just like that's so many instances where people aren't, just too polite to say.
Yeah, this is people who are just like, okay, sir, ma'am.
Translate the real resurrection, obviously.
Yeah.
Ugh. I've even had a few encounters where someone was shocked to learn I was trans, not cis. I've
Nope,
developed camouflage.
that is not true.
That is
Some lady
not
was being
true.
really nice to you. Look, that's all I can say is that some lady
Yeah.
was being really nice to you and you fucking bought it, you dumb idiot.
L
You're
clocked
standing
it
in
in the
like
chat.
you're standing in like a leopard print, I don't know, clothes next to like a fucking cheetah, and you're like, oh my god, they can't even tell that I'm like a human in the zoo.
Right.
I've
It's
known
just like,
so
yeah,
many
yes, they
women
can.
do that. I've known so many women who've done that fake like, "Oh my god, I couldn't even tell." And then they're like, "Well, of course I could tell. I was just being nice." It's like
Yeah.
like afterwards, like I can't even count how many times I've been in that conversation on both
Of
parts of that conversation.
course.
And then they're like, "Really?" And now all the other women are like, "Oh yeah, I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell." And then I was like, "Well, I could tell."
Yeah, I knew as soon as I fucking looked at you.
Yeah,
Okay. I just
I
it's
Googled
love
so common.
Sure
this
Dan
man.
instead of Sure Jan.
Oh no.
All right, let's fucking see him. Come on,
Let's see
give
the
us a
dude.
look.
Bring this guy out
Hold
here.
on.
I'm worried. I don't want to see him.
I want to see how much it matches the images he's drawn. Yeah,
Oh,
interesting. Nothing like the wafer thin woman with a bob cut that you drew. So
wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
glad
the
this picture doesn't.
round glasses and a pink top.
Wow.
Ugh.
Yep.
Anyway. Anyway, so my justification for my style from the first has always been that if you Google my name, the very first page of results is filled with stories about how I'm trans. It's because you never shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, that was also your choice, man.
Even as
Yeah.
I increasingly pass for a cis
No,
woman, I can't escape the fact that
Untrue.
I became a vaguely public figure and spent more than a decade publishing journalism and a book under a man's name.
that must have been
Mate,
much
I've
easier to
never
do as
heard
a
of
man.
you. I've never fucking heard of you.
Oh,
You're,
he is currently writing on the show Yellow Jackets. Interesting.
Dear God, save us. But yeah, it must have been easy to get into that industry as a man in those days. Well, it must be convenient
Mhm.
that you were able to get published and a book and everything as a man.
and
And
now
then
you're
now you're like
turning it
immediately a
around as
woman.
some.
Wow.
Now he's turning around as some sort of like, oh, it's so hard because I used all my man privilege to get in here, but people might acknowledge that. Wah, 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 wah. I need to go buy another pink razor.
Yep. Yep. Well, it's so hard for me now that I used all my privilege to get here. And then what if people remind me of that? Oh.
um,
Yikes.
yeah. So even if I am invisibly trans in a crowd of people
No.
on the street, I am
Again, sir.
I am visibly trans once you know who I am, right? Because we've always said like you could pass somebody on the street and like a 1 second glance not think anything. But if you look for longer than 1 second or you hear their voice or see how their body moves, then yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh. So
Still
because
invisible, dude. The Emperor's wearing their clothes.
unlike so many trans women, I was already visible when I transitioned.
Uh-huh.
Okay, flexing on these other dudes. Typical like male wiener measuring contest, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Maybe you rubes don't know, but I was already established and a successful man, so
Oh my
okay.
god. The dog that I'm sitting right now is ripping the nastiest farts. It
Dogs really
smells
have the
protesting.
so bad right now.
He's
dogs have the
protesting.
worst parts. I don't know what's with them,
Oh
but
my
they have like
god.
rancid butts.
It's really bad.
Again,
Just
he's
like
not
stuck
happy with this
here.
article. He's like, here's what I think of it.
Just a ripping ass over there.
Oh man.
Do you need to move, Radical?
I can't. There's nowhere to go.
This is because you didn't give him the leftovers.
Okay. So still, my transition has gone much, much better than I expected it to. I had certain advantages in this regard from economics. I have much more money than the majority of women.
See? Oh my my god, why does he keep flexing on these other
Race.
dudes?
White trans people have the same built-in societal advantages as white people in general.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
unidentify as white, almost like that. They're like, it's like that white guilt
Almost-
queerness Band-Aid meme.
Yeah.
To geography, California presents few structural barriers when an adult wants to transition.
Yeah, it's so weird that like poor like African men and women aren't just like, I identify as a white 37-year-old Silicon
Right.
Valley programmer.
Where is my paycheck?
Where's my paycheck? You know, it's so weird. This only works one way.
Yeah, so strange. I also had advantages when it came to my genetic code. My
Oh god, here
testosterone
we
level
go.
has been
Here we
low my
fucking
whole
go.
life. So
They
my
always
body
claim
was
this. There's
already
always
very androgynous.
there's always
no,
a claim
it's
like
not.
this. Men
This-
always make claims like this. This is so well documented
I
with
know.
AGPs. It's crazy. It's like a
But
full like
also-
30% claim some sort of intersex or like low T or like I was androgynous or like it's so common.
But
Yeah,
like also
and it's
way
just
to
like
like
woman
Playboy
is
yourself.
yeah,
Woman is low
woman
testosterone.
is man with low testosterone now.
Right.
You know.
Same.
Yeah, same thing.
It didn't take that much estrogen to shift androgyny toward traditional femininity.
Bro,
Oh my god.
you keep opening yourself up to these, like, you keep bringing up your appearance, so I have to keep saying, no, you haven't. You look like a fucking pig in lipstick, right? Sorry, but you're stupid.
Lamb,
God.
oh my lord, is he just gonna keep sucking himself off? Yeah,
Oh,
dude
God.
took ages to write this article because it was lots of breaks, lots of one-handed writing. Clearly, like it was a struggle.
Ugh. Okay. See also, oh boy. Many trans women have few or even none of my advantages. Just
Wow,
like
flex on
roasting
him.
your supposed sisters.
Check
They
out these
cannot
losers.
escape the fact that when they go out into society as themselves, they are constantly visibly trans.
They are
with all
ugly.
the horrors that can bring. Literally,
These
he's,
clockable
like,
Huns.
roasting his trans sisters.
I'm not ugly like other trans girls.
Exactly.
I'm rich, I have a career, and I am certainly not ugly.
They can't pay to eliminate their beard shadow. They can't buy feminine clothes that fit their frames. They can't spend countless hours training their voice to sound just so.
I thought that he
Yo,
already
dude.
had a feminine frame that would just naturally fit into feminine clothes. That's weird.
Yeah.
This
That he
is
had to,
fucking
like-
Interesting.
crazy. And not all trans women are traditionally feminine. Many prefer looks that might skew towards androgyny or butchness. And
Face
this
the
is just
wall!
this is just trans women. I haven't touched on trans men or non-binary people, on gender fluidity, or those who are agender.
And then he
Sir,
continues
if you
not
can-
to. Then he
So
continues
if
not
you
to.
can please stop
This part.
touching on people, that would be great, sir. Hands to yourself where I can see them. Yeah, I'd really prefer if you didn't touch on anything else, actually.
Oh my god, the realists comment. It's just so weird. They're so visibly trans. They're so clockable. I'm so beautiful.
I pass so well.
What is going on? Yeah, who
Yeah,
If
published
you
literally
have
this
to
and why?
say it, sir, I mean,
right.
you know.
Isn't it funny how none of us have literally ever had to announce that we are women? Or we
I
never
just
had to
look
tell
so
anyone.
much
Just so you
younger
know.
and more beautiful than Nana and Radical, obviously. I'm so much more womanly. When I bleed my period blood, it's so much thicker than theirs, and I bleed for longer.
Wow. Weird flex.
And my cramps are so much worse, so I'm also oppressed. But more
Devastating if
womanly, obviously.
I like Sweet D's comment. These turbo Huns just cannot match my feminine charms.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Right, literally.
It's a curse.
Okay.
And everybody clapped.
And everybody clapped.
Everyone claps when I walk into the room and they ask, who's that guy? I mean, girl.
All the lesbians threw themselves at me, but I said, no, I can't, I mustn't. My God.
So our goal as trans people should be to normalize all of these identities, and in so doing, push back against the unfairly limiting gender binary that hurts cis men and women too. That binary imprisons all of us within a limited set of ideas of who we can be and what we are capable of. And many of the rules that govern it are arbitrary and invented by a society built by cis men for the benefit of cis men. And yet, sir, you
You buy
are
it. You buy into
delighting
it.
in participating in that which oppresses women.
Yeah. Like, oh, so
Like,
fun with pink razor. It's really bad. Like, what are you even advocating for? You've just been fucking telling us how you look and how you like the pink razor. But also, like, it's bad. It's just like you want your cake and to eat it too. Like, you're just fucking waffling, mate. Sit down and face the wall.
ballistic. And who was that trans woman? Albert Einstein.
Oh my God. And everybody clapped. No.
Yeah. It's true. I
No,
was there. I was the theory of relativity.
I was the down with cis bus. I was also there.
Oh yeah, really. Something just occurred to me. Tims want to be like Mary Sue female characters like Bella Swan.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mhm. Okay, I agree with all of the above, but I also love to be a traditionally feminine woman.
Okay, then which is it, you fucking idiot? I can't.
Womanhood and women in general just make more sense to me than anything else I've ever tried. My attempts at male bonding over the years glistened with flop sweat.
That's because ew.
Ew. Shut up.
Ew!
Don't tell me these things.
But
Why
like,
you tell me these things?
you can just be a man who likes to be feminine. Like,
And it's like, oh, men suck at friendships? Yeah, they treat you like shit? Male issue. Male
Yeah.
issue. That doesn't make you not a woman just because you can tell that men ain't shit. And you can't even tell it that well, mate. Now, don't ever fucking say flop sweat ever again.
oh
Ever
my God.
again.
The
I
gender
wish we would flop
binary
sweat right
makes
now.
the gender binary makes me feel more like me. I want to eliminate it. I also want to hang on to some of it. It feels like I just got here.
Yeah, you want to enjoy the oppression of women a little bit because you can wear it like a
God.
skin. Like
Right.
he's just saying it out loud. Like, I mean, women have been saying this, like, you see it as a
Mhm.
costume, you see our oppression as a plaything, and he's just like, oh, twirling his hair. Yeah! Like, just fucking kill yourself, dude.
The thing about self acceptance is that when you're just getting used to it, you become an easy mark. The first time I went to Sephora, I spent way more on makeup than I ever thought.
Good for those
possible,
girls. Good for those
because
girls.
the
They're fucking
salesperson
killing it.
who helped me made me feel so good about myself.
That's her job. To
I
sell
know.
you things. That is her trained job. Make sure to
Look,
upsell them
girl.
on the stupid lipstick. Make sure to tell them that this matches their whatever the fuck, so they buy it. They don't care about you, you fucking idiot.
Yeah,
You're
I
so
love
dumb.
this woman fucking made a killing. Good job.
Right.
Yeah, she got a good commission, honestly.
Yeah, she fucking scanned herself into that register. You know it. Good for
Yeah.
The
yourself, girl.
second she learned my name, she called me Emily, even though I was in full guy mode.
Because she wants you to buy stuff. She has
Yeah.
a
You did well.
financial incentive to play along with your delusion. She would do the same for, like, you know, a
Mhm.
little old lady. She'd be like, oh, wow, you look so great for your age. What, you're 70? That's great. Lovely. Blah, blah, blah. You want to buy this lipstick? That's
Yeah.
he's so dumb.
I know somebody who has worked at Sephora in the past, and she has told me so many stories about men coming in and like first they'll talk about how they're buying it for their wives, and then they'll kind of eventually be open about how they're trans. And she said it is like all the time it happens.
Yep.
And of course, yeah, they are doing a job. They are in a customer service position. Their job is to be nice to you. They don't
It's
literally
just-
believe that you are women.
It's like the extension of guys who think like the cashier treats you cordially is actually flirting with you. Like, it's the same.
Yeah.
Like, how are you this
Elle just said it in
fucking
the chat.
dumb? Oh yes, same brain. Our brains are melding together.
Yes.
Blush.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just I'm sorry, he's so dumb.
The realist, full guy mode. I wonder what he means by that. Surely it doesn't rely on sex-based stereotypes.
Surely not the realist. He would never, ever do that.
Oh, I love this. She used she, her pronouns. She told me I was pretty. I plunked down $250.
That's why she did it, bro! Like,
and I would have spent well over $300 if she hadn't managed to talk me into $70 foundation. My wife saved me on that one.
This poor
yeah,
woman.
of course.
Wife.
This poor woman.
Okay, could we get like a crowdfund to get this woman a fucking divorce?
Me. Hopefully it's just a man in a dress, but probably is an actual woman. This
also,
woman.
Yeah.
you know, in these situations, like he is spending $250 on like Dior makeup or whatever,
On himself.
And the wife has like Maybelline from Target, right?
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
And he probably didn't consult her either. She's like, honey, how are we gonna buy groceries? I need this.
Yep.
Literally.
And it's like,
I'm a very feminine woman.
That's fun for her to walk around watching you get pampered and spending all of your money.
Whereas
your collective
when
money.
she walks into Sephora, she's just another woman who, you know,
is going to be thrifty. Probably not going to buy one eyeliner or something and leave. But like this dude's just like a fucking cash cow. They're like, hell yeah, go in.
Yep. To be clear, none of this is the salesperson's fault. None of it is my fault either.
It is your fault,
It
sir.
is your fault.
You're so fucking dumb.
This is just how society is designed to function. And to come out as trans later in life is to suddenly start careening downhill into a newer, truer gender without some of the guardrails that snap into place when you grow up cis and figure out the way society tries to exploit you on the grounds of gender.
I mean, you clearly are aware of it, but you love it. You love it very much. You've been loving it for this whole fucking article. Like, just the fact that he's clearly so self-aware of it. Like, yeah, dude, fetish. We know. It's just like, it's society, you know, you step into a Sephora and the money just flies out of your wallet. It can't be helped. It's the natural order of things. No, it's, you're fucking dumb. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's autoconophilia. It's definitely that.
Oh, I wonder if the Sephora girlies clock the Tims from the jump and flip a coin to see who gets him.
It's like, come on, I had him last time. I had to call him pretty like 3 times and pretend I couldn't tell his fucking bulge was out.
But I bet if they get commission, I mean, totally worth it.
It's not like any of us are immune to these capitalist pressures. There are distinct economic expressions of womanhood and manhood that are meant to help us find a sense of belonging and centeredness in our own genders by spending money on products to affirm them.
Skill issue. Never had to do that, sir.
Right.
Never.
I don't need to buy anything to verify that I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is no money involved in me.
I mean, I guess when I buy pads, I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, pads should be free.
But that's not
pads should be fucking free.
That's not like an affirmation of your womanhood. It's like an agony of your womanhood.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I gotta buy this fucking shit.
Yep. I don't even like buying them, and I'm not having fun, but I do.
Yeah, it's like buying toilet. It's as affirming as buying toilet paper to my womanhood. You know,
I affirm myself as a shitter.
Women be shitting.
I'd be shitting. I
gotta go, yes, queen.
I do be shitting sometimes.
This design, like, I wonder if he sent images to like the person he commissioned this for, or maybe he drew it himself. I'm just imagining it with his commissioner. He's like, no, cinch my waist, no, make my neck thinner.
Right.
And it's like, can I leave your hair all scraggly? Yes, that's fine.
Can I give you the party city wig? Is that fine if I just leave it like that? Like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that actually gives me a boner, actually. Yes.
The problem, I suppose, is that I like being an assimilationist, right? Because it makes his dick hard.
Honestly, I think he's almost like, I think he's probably like into like the whole bimbo thing. Like he's just like, we need it here because I need to be like a stupid woman stereotype. I like it so much. I'm even getting kind of turned on by like me being exploited by by misogynistic like capitalism.
Mm-hmm. I like it when people just assume I'm a woman without a second glance. I
Yeah,
like it when
we
I
all
don't
like
have to.
things we can't have. I like having $1 million. Doesn't mean it's ever gonna happen, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like that if I go to buy a pink razor that's more expensive than a men's razor now, I never feel like I have to come up with an excuse for why I might be buying it. Oh my god. Pink
To
razor is, or
whom?
woman is when pink razor.
Woman is when pink razor, and if you're a
Mhm.
man, you buy one like a SWAT team comes down and kills you, like immediately.
Yeah. So this makes me feel more affirmed as an individual, but it also makes me feel like a shitty member of the trans community. The larger political project of dismantling the terrible structures of the capitalist patriarchy continues apace. And here I am cooing over my friend giving me a bracelet that spells out my name in Morse code. Want to win a trans girl's heart? Give her jewelry that involves her name somehow. You'll have a friend for life.
Okay, I'll make sure to never ever do that.
Right. Oh my God. I cannot ignore that in my attempt to slide headfirst into womanhood, I am more or less appeasing a society that is set up to favor cis people. I am especially doing a disservice to my non binary siblings, whose very existences challenge the idea that there are men and women, with the scare quotes. And
Mm.
that's it. I am a safe version of transness, corporatized and commodified, fit for mass market consumption. I do not challenge you to rethink the gender binary in any real way. But affirmation is not a thing that can be given to us. It is something we nurture and grow from within, and it comes in as many shapes and sizes as there are people. Then why do you need everyone to agree that you are a woman and to call you she and her?
Yeah, again, he just wants both his cake and to eat it too and to jack off over it, and make everybody watch. This is what this article is like. Like I'm trapped in a room with this fucking guy and his thoughts.
Mm. So, gender is a social
Mhm.
construct, except for all the ways in which it sure seems like it's deeply ingrained within my very self. And if you tell me I look pretty today, I will smile and thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, transness is
Gross.
based on misogyny. We know. We've been new, and you like it. We know. We
Right.
know.
And it's also based on other people agreeing, participating, etc.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like it's
Yep.
deeply ingrained. No, it isn't. So you were a misogynist as a man, and then you started calling yourself a woman because you found women's oppression hot. That is what's happening.
Yeah.
And now you've written a whole article about it. That was published because you are a fucking man. A woman could not ramble on about what the fuck she's wearing and what razors she
Horrible.
buys and whatever the fuck, unless she's, I don't know, a razor reviewer. And even then it's just like, holy shit, my dude, she'd spend half of it talking about her husband. But this guy just doesn't quit.
Yep. This is not all that different from how a cis woman might navigate the world, or so I'm told, right? Because you don't know, because you're not a woman. We're all
Yeah.
constantly making our own compromises with some feminine ideal that was created for us at some point. An amalgam
At
of a
some
million,
point.
yeah,
At some point, just nebulously, the
mysterious some point.
patriarchy just sort of happened. It was like a gas that flooded into the town and poisoned our minds. There's no perpetrators of it, and I'm certainly not one. I'm too pretty for that.
Bro, of course. We all know this. Also, like, I have some gross dirt on this dude that we can read after
Ooh,
we finish this article,
Nice.
but it's bad.
okay,
Oh
can't wait.
boy.
So, an amalgam of a million different ideas of what it means to be a woman that is internally inconsistent and makes no sense, yet holds this unattainable appeal for way too many of us. Men do this too, of course. Maybe I run so hard toward becoming that idealized girl because girl, you're
Mm-hmm.
over 40. Because I know I can never be her due to the
Uh-huh.
circumstances of my birth. Yep.
Correct.
Circumstances, okay. Should have
Those are
fucking
the circumcision
circumcised
of
your
my
whole
birth.
penis.
Ew. Maybe if I run hard enough, I'll get there and suddenly wake up a suburban mother of two in Omaha, Nebraska. Maybe I wear so many dresses because I really love wearing dresses. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Ew.
First smart thing you said, mate. You are overthinking it, and I think you need to get a job.
There are reasons to blend in beyond self acceptance. Namely, the world is already cruel, and being trans only ramps up that cruelty. If you can find a way to escape that cruelty, shouldn't you? You could just not
You could
transition.
just be a regular. You could just be a regular guy, and not
Let
write
me give you
articles
an
like
example.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me give you an example. While riding the train from downtown LA to Santa Monica recently, I became dimly aware that a man standing right in front of me was shouting a homophobic slur at someone sitting behind me over and over. This other person, whom I could not see, begged him to stop in a voice deep enough for me to assume masculinity. I was wrong. When the target of the man's slurs launched herself at him, I saw she was wearing a woman's top and skirt. I thought clothes didn't
That's how
matter.
I know she woman.
She had long, messy hair.
That's how I know she was a
She
woman, even though I instinctively knew she was a man based on her
yeah.
voice. But,
She windmilled
then I
down
saw
the aisle of
clothes.
the train and tried to launch a punch or a slap or something on the man. She
Yeah, a
failed
woman
while
would
he
fucking do that. She would be terrified for her life.
yeah. She failed while he dropped her to the floor, flailing at her with his fists and feet, mostly failing to connect. Eventually, they were separated by others on the train, but certainly
I
not
did
him who
nothing.
just
I
watched
was
the
too
whole thing.
pretty. I
Yeah, of
don't get
course.
assaulted. I'm one of those
I was
trans women that
I
don't get
was a weak
assaulted.
Also, I was too frail and feminine,
I just had to sit
even
and
though I'm 7
gasp.
feet tall.
As the woman pulled away, I felt the lurch of recognizing a fellow trans woman, albeit one who does not pass for cis,
Who
whether
was
she wants to
ugly?
or not. I cannot know her situation, but I have seen variations on her in every support group I've been to, and every young, scared woman DMing me on Twitter to ask if she too might be trans, as though I have the power to lift a terrible curse. While she retreated, other passengers laughed that exhausted, relieved laugh that arises in any situation where people who have just been through a tense situation are simply glad to have gotten out unscathed. But I felt something else in the laughter, something beyond what the fuck was that? I figured it out as I exited the train at the next stop in front of some teenage boys who were still laughing about the altercation. You see that dude? One of them said. He was in a skirt. They
Yeah, I'm
howled
sure
at
they said that.
the
I'm sure.
they howled at the thought while I was two steps ahead of them
And then
wearing a
everyone
dress.
clapped.
They were oblivious to my presence and to my transness. Right, because they have their own lives they're not paying attention to or thinking about you.
These teenage boys weren't looking at my ass as I sauntered past. Like,
Yeah, also, probably none of this happened, so
Right.
and
it's
he's like,
fine.
he's agreeing.
I
He's agreeing, like, he's heard, like, oh, did you see that dude? He's like, well, I'm a dude in a dress for this scenario. And they didn't even notice. Not even when I
Right.
shimmied. Um, I passed because I wasn't ugly and didn't get harassed. Why are you inserting yourself into this supposedly, like, homophobic happening?
Well, here's the part where I tell you that I turned around and told them to shut up, risking the freedom of passing to do the right thing. Or here's the part where I tell you I found the woman in the crowd of people exiting the train and walked to her wherever she was headed. Or here's the part where I tell you that I resolved to do better, to push more against the strictures of the binary. But I did none of these things.
And I'm proud of it.
I simply quickened my pace and walked on to my appointment. Yeah, so much for sisterhood. Assimilation affords me the privilege of not getting involved, of doing the easy thing instead of the right thing. This guy. It
You
also
just
affords
said.
Self
it.
drags.
Bye, Pearl. Thanks for being here. Um, and it afforded my fellow passengers the privilege of rolling our eyes when the
The
man started
teen
yelling
boy
slurs.
was also Albert Einstein.
Albert
Sorry.
Einstein. And that teen boy,
All right.
he was.
Assimilation.
And then I got back on the down with cis bus, and I
Cis train. What, they on a train?
Right.
yeah.
Down with
So
this.
sorry, down with
Yeah,
cis.
the
Yes.
cis commute, really. Sorry, I interrupted you, Radical.
That's okay. Assimilation lets me be seen, but also not seen. I can disappear, and in disappearing, some part of me evaporates. Could I have said something? Certainly. Should I have said something? I don't know. I keep wanting to call myself a coward, but I am also right to feel scared. What if
Now that's your
everybody had
conscience, dude.
found me out?
Oh,
What might
this
have
guy's
happened
getting
then?
beat on. This guy is getting beat on in front. But what if it was about me? What if the situation was? What if some people had some nasty thoughts about me? Like, okay, spineless, dude.
Um, What might have happened then? The border between my safety and something horrible is so tenuous, and societal norms dictate that I am the one who's asked to enforce it, not anybody who might dare cross it. There he is with
Uh-huh.
his makeup.
Oh, what is this fucking art style? Okay. one of the eyes is trying to leave his face. Like the other one is leaving.
I would not blame.
This is
Yeah.
insufficient as an apology to the woman on the train. I'm sorry about what happened to you, and I'm sorry I didn't stop it.
I'm sorry you were so ugly that they knew you were a man, but they didn't know I was. Like,
This is an apology to that gross hun on the train.
yeah.
And get good, sweetie. Blend your eyeliner more or whatever.
I'm sorry, literally anybody else who could have didn't shout down that man. I
It's
hope you
other
are
people's
okay.
fault.
Yeah. I have no excuses. I blend in because I love to wear dresses.
But he was
I
wearing a
blend
skirt. Obviously woman.
Right. I blend in because I love to go out with my women friends and have no one bat an eye when they see us together. And I blend in because I feel a power in living as my true self. If only
I'm
this
just
man
imagining
Maybe if you
him.
believed in yourself a little bit more
I'm
ago, then you would be fine.
I'm imagining him like gloating while like the other man's just having the shit kicked
Right.
out of him.
That's what
Like,
it reads like. It's like I blend in.
It's because of your negative outlook. If you were just more
Right, that's how it
positive.
comes across.
yeah.
Assimilation
With
is
his woman
powerful.
friends.
Right. Like what his wife's
wife's
friends
friends.
that like oh
His
you're
wife's
Get
friends.
held hostage. They're like, girls' night. She's like, can I bring my wife, guys? Because before she was the woman who was like, can I bring my boyfriend? But now she's like,
Can I bring my husband?
and she's like, well, I'm not bringing a guy this time, girls, so it's still girls' night. And they're like, oh, Jennifer, can you please stop
God, now we can't
bringing Derek? I mean, Daisy.
Assimilation is powerful and affirming, but it is also a bind that traps me, tempting me into closing the door behind me to all of the trans people who cannot assimilate or do not want to.
Get out, uglies. I'm leaving you behind. Watch my ass as I walk away.
Fast Machine said, I just got here, but I bet my whole life savings this guy does not pass. He doesn't. We looked at him.
He
yeah,
doesn't.
he fucking
No.
doesn't. The audacity.
Early in my transition, a trans guy friend told me that sometimes trans people are so aware of their individual privileges that they become all they can see. I don't understand what he was saying at the time, but I do now. My friend said something else too, which is that one's own happiness is not a sin. He's like, not my problem.
Just individualism. Just if it makes you happy, it good. If it make your pee-pee hard, it
This
is
guy,
activism.
assimilating, blending in is not a choice I made for safety reasons or even aesthetic ones. It's an expression of who I really am. If only those other trannies weren't so afraid of being their true selves, maybe they could blend in as well.
They weren't deviants.
And it's just like,
I'm just a proper lady.
So you're admitting that those things are not factors in why you're doing this. So you're admitting you're not oppressed. So you agree.
God. The challenge is to keep holding that door open, not to close it behind me, to take a sledgehammer to its edges until it's wide enough for everyone. Womanhood.
You calling them fat?
Womanhood is too expansive a category to be defined by limited parameters. No, the only parameters for womanhood is femaleness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lee asked, does he pass like Jonathan Unive passes? And kind of similarly.
Do you still have the picture?
They kind of look like.
He looks. I have so many worse. That's such a nice picture of him too. Like honestly, that's like such a flattering picture.
Comparatively,
that's his like professional one for his book that he just released. But there are so many worse pictures.
Okay, we'll look at some after. We're almost done, I think. Capitalism feeds off this ideal woman, but it didn't strictly create her. She's an outgrowth of all of us, a golem created over millennia by an ever-shifting set of thoughts on what it means to be a woman. To be a trans woman is perhaps to be more aware of this odd set of expectations.
I'm so much more aware than women of their woman problems.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be here to lead the way for women now that I'm a woman.
Yes.
Those dumb women needed me all along.
Of the way you probably don't need that pink ranger, but want to know, this is not a thought that women have had. If they're, they're indoctrinated into shaving, they're like, okay, which one is the cheapest one that isn't going to cut me?
Right.
I'm assuming.
No, I'm
like,
sorry,
I need the pink one.
Yeah, they're not in the fucking razor aisle being like, "Ooh, I want that pink one." Like, What the fuck, man?
It's so cute and sleek, said no woman ever.
And gender
Right.
affirming.
It's so fucking weird. So I am an assimilationist, not because I have failed to examine my choices or the options afforded me under capitalism, but because when I find myself affirmed by family, by friends, by random strangers, I realize how deeply intoxicating it can be to love your life. What a
So just translating that, because it make me pee-pee hard. Me like.
Also, get good, you fucking uggos who are homeless or drug addicted or prostituting yourself. What if you were less fucking ugly? Maybe you could have a good life like me, dumb idiots.
Yeah. To fight and fight and fight and discover the simple beauty of actually living your life, of living the life you merely occupied before. So it used to
You haven't
be
fought for
Emily
anything,
Todd
sir.
Vanderwith.
This article was, I have to say, one of the worst things I've ever read.
Yeah, it was actually pretty terrible.
I'd like a refund. I know I didn't pay you anything, but I would like financial compensation, please.
I would like my life back. And yeah, he's on Yellow Jackets with his wife. They're both writers, apparently.
Oh God.
On the show Yellow Jackets.
I've heard good things
I don't know
about
for how much of time that's been.
I've heard good things about Yellow Jackets, but
I'm
this is
sorry,
unfortunate.
but like you're telling me this picture here passes?
Yeah.
Come
In
on.
his head, he's thinking about, they don't even have any idea that I'm a trans woman. It's just one of the things that I have to accept as someone so beautiful.
And you know what's even weirder? So I just looked him up. Okay. I was looking him up. And so his author persona or whatever is Emily St. James. And I was like, that sounds really familiar as an author's name. I think I read a book by an Emily St. James. That can't be him. So he stole the name of Emily St. John Mandel, who is like a very, very famous Canadian female writer.
Oh, of course.
Who wrote like some of the most acclaimed books in recent years. Like if everyone listening, like if you read sci-fi, like Station 11, The Glass Hotel, The Sea of Tranquility.
Oh my God.
These are some of like the most acclaimed books in the last 5 years, I'd say.
So he literally just did a Jessica
voice.
Yaniv situation or Jessica Simpson situation.
Yes. Yeah, so if you Google like Emily St. James writer, you're going to get this dude instead of Emily St. James Mandel, who is like the Canadian. And also, interesting note about Mandel, like she was married to a man, but she just got divorced and she's engaged to a woman.
Nice,
so
good for her.
Doing it to a bi woman.
That's crazy on the name, though. If
her.
you Google Emily St. James, you will no longer get that critically acclaimed actual woman writer, and you'll now get him.
No.
Oh my God.
Fucking, it's just another form of like, you know, terrorizing women, really.
And do you want to know about his new book?
Oh boy.
I bet you guys do want to know about his
new book.
So it's set in South Dakota, where this man is also from. It's about a 40-year-old trans woman teacher who is going through the process, going through trans puberty, coming out, and bonds with a 17-year-old trans girl in his class, and they the trans girl guides him through his transition. I'm like, wow,
wouldn't it be hot if a teenage boy like showed me how to be a feminine man?
I know, reverse groomed me, like yeah, like it's not us grooming, it's them grooming.
He was just so experienced as a 17-year-old. Okay.
Like he's the only other trans woman I know. I'm like, oh, how convenient that when it's
now it's
this situation. It's
it's a woman now. It's not a trans girl.
Not a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah,
but
Oh my God. Again, it's like the Jonathan Yaniv thing again, where he's like, what if a 10-year-old comes up to me and asks for a tampon? What do I do? It's just that all over again.
Yeah.
Do I go in the store with her? Is that what a woman would do?
Yeah, anyway, this book just came out like last month.
Oh God. New book club read.
God, I don't know if I can put myself through it. I don't know if I can put myself through it. I mean, I wouldn't buy it. Obviously, I'd have to like pirate a copy because I'm not going to make sure he gets no money.
Of course.
But wow.
That's disgusting. And so he's doing that under this other woman's name.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay.
She's Emily St. James Mandel and he's Emily St. James. How convenient.
Fucking hell.
And she's super acclaimed, written some really good books, and he's just like, here's a story about trans women, AGPs grooming each other.
Fucking hell, man.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
I forgot about this in Jonathan Yaniv and how he wanted to have
Yeah.
sleepovers in his apartment complex.
He wanted to
The
have
pool party, the topless pool
nude optional.
Yeah,
Right.
the topless nude pool party where
With
parents
children.
were not allowed to accompany their children as young as 12. Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't heard about anything him in a while, which I think
I hope
is
he
great,
died.
but-
I hope he had a
What?
heart attack and died. No, I said I hope.
Oh.
Sorry to excite you there, Queen.
I was like, huh?
Getting everyone's hopes
It's like,
up.
don't block that good news from us.
Oh. Wait a second. There was just something on March 11th of this year.
Ugh, no.
The Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms is writing about him. Oh, Jonathan Yaniv sues female beauty pageant for refusing service.
So you have to not be ugly. Like, that's just a requirement. I couldn't go in one either, dude. Yeah, wasn't there like a Troon winner of like a beauty pageant? Like, yeah, he's still fucking up to it. It's like, well, they won't wax my balls, but I'm gonna fucking go in a beauty pageant then. Balls out.
Gross.
He's the worst. He is one of the worst, I think. What?
I'm just laughing
at. Oh my god, Kai! Hopefully he's just keeping to himself in his Pinot vag.
Was it him who was also like consistently like getting naked and making like calling the fire?
Yeah,
brigade,
like I'm stuck in the bath. I've got my ding dong out, and you need to see it. Fire rescue.
Yeah, abusing medical services.
Oh god, that would be so awful as like a firefighter or fire rescue or whatever. That would just suck so bad.
Yeah, and also like he would make sure to say he only wants women EMTs.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, I guess you'll be dying then. Guess you'll perish.
Imagine like what kind of emergency can you possibly be in if you want to like request a certain paramedic, right? Like,
yeah, it's just like
I'm in a life or death situation. You don't care if it's a man or a woman coming to your rescue, right? Like, God,
it's like, yeah, mate, you're stuck in a tub, like, my god. And that sounds like such a horrifying situation to like a normal person. Like, oh my god, what a shame job. I'm stuck in my tub, I'm naked, and I need to be rescued. I'm gonna be like scary. Embarrassed about this for ages. And he's like, ooh, don't threaten me with a good time. I'm gonna try that right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, like the Tim's going into fucking, like gynos and being like, gynecologists can't even tell.
Yeah, right. Can you imagine?
Like, gynecologists is like,
bruh,
smacking your wiener with a Q-tip and being like, that'll be $300. Pap smear complete.
Yeah, you have cancer.
I smeared your pap. Get it? They're like, you smeared my pap. That was it.
Where do we find these scums from? We don't. They make sure we know about them.
Yeah, I remember I got accused by detractors once because I used the word mouthfeel in Lee's Found to like make fun of Tim's, and they're like, she obviously went into private trans women forums where they were discussing fetishes safely, and knows that word. So what's she doing in these sexual trans forums? It's like, one, they just fucking say it anywhere. Like, and it was in a discussion on Tumblr where someone was like, lesbians don't like dick, and they're like, but the erectile dysfunction, the mouthfeel is different. And it's just like, I wish I didn't fucking know, man. Like,
they don't let you know.
Yeah. I wish they didn't. They're right in front of me. It's guy decadence about the guys. They can tell and smell.
Ew. Ew. That's
I like that. I liked that other comment thing that you were doing. You like changed the visual of it. That looks cooler like that.
You like this one?
Yeah, I think that looks better.
Yeah.
We can even pick what color you want it to be.
It looks like Kai is like a breaking news reporter right at the moment. Breaking news, they can smell and tell. Back to you, Kai.
And now for our field correspondent, Kai Dennis.
I'm down at the gynecology office, and I'm here to report.
Oh my god, that'd be so much fun. We just throw it to Kai. He's like, "Thanks, guys," and it's outside of some building. That would
kill me. Yes.
Oh Jesus.
God. Why? What did we do to deserve any of this?
I know. Oh,
I have done nothing wrong in my life.
Literally nothing wrong. Goodness gracious.
Gross. And now for the weather with Ice Goddess.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We need to build this news network now. Actually,
the reporter is God's
so
strongest soldier.
Oh my god, it would be so much fun.
Anything more on the tells and smells?
Any update on the tells and smells? Reporter Kai.
They continue to fester.
Breaking news, another Tim is writing a fucking fuck off article. He is describing his outfit as we speak. I'm here with the latest update. We've got pink mini skirt and fishnets.
He does not pass. I repeat, he does not pass.
It smells like onions and pus. Funky foot odor, probably. Oh my god, I'm just like going to pee myself. Oh, my face hurts so bad.
We're getting so many reports right now. We got reporter Lamb. We got.
Oh my god. The little ticker would be going out of control in our newsroom, like the little ticker across the bottom would just be like madness. He's dilating as we speak.
Irradiated. I'm here on the scene, Lee, and I can confirm the tells are telling and the smells are smelling. He's dilating as we speak.
Oh my god. I attempted to get a doctor, but she was too busy gagging.
Can we get EMTs on the scene for this poor woman?
Reports say that all of the crew had to be fitted with new N95 respirators.
The euthanasia team is on the way.
Oh my god! Breaking news: Jonathan Yaniv has opened a gender clinic called The Tells.
No, currently no patrons, but he's remains hopeful. He's now suing the city because women are refusing to give him like business. They're refusing to enter the establishment. They have not even, and I hear this is true, not even tried to buy anything from the gift shop. This is discrimination at its finest.
Sources tell me. Sources tell me he is sick, nasty, and a gross freak. Back to you. That's for you to decide.
The more like sporadic news feed where it's just like cutting to all these reports. Oh, guys, I'm tired.
God.
As the resident radiation expert, I'm picking up on dangerous readings, and I'm going to need everybody to clear the scene for immediate decontamination. No, you're so young, irradiated women. Don't sacrifice yourself.
It's already been irradiated. It's too late.
I repeat, the smell is not due to environmental factors. I repeat. Jesus Christ. Oh, sorry for coughing over everybody. Goodness.
Oh Lord. Well, all right, we gotta get this news network up and running.
Yeah.
At this point,
Honestly.
there's just no other.
Funny Women News Network and Kai.
And Kai. And Kai can come
He's like,
too.
and Knuckles.
Yes, again.
And Kai.
And Kai. Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and Kai.
And then whenever we need like can we get like a sourced male opinion, and he can be like, yeah, it is like that, and then we cut away again.
It would be like that. Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 100% of men agree.
Yeah, yeah. Every man we've asked agrees.
What?
We've asked this one, and he agrees.
100% of men
God.
surveyed said they
I
agree.
feel like my microphone has been muted for like a solid minute. Jesus.
Oh no!
I thought you were just being contemplative.
You're just thinking about it. What?
I thought she was just pondering over there, and I was like, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh.
What were you saying, Queen?
Nothing. No, I'm good.
I'm sure it was very silly funny, and she's keeping it from us. Gatekeeping, because we're not as beautiful as her.
Gatekeeping. We're not passing as well as her.
Yeah.
Because we're both in our pajamas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
oh
You're gonna
man.
lose this sickness. Shush.
I went to the grocery
Real-
store today in my pink pajama pants.
Oh wow, brave.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Stunning.
And I was still a woman regardless of what I was wearing.
Did you get beat up for wearing your pajamas on the train?
Did you wear your
Or
pajamas
did you
on the
watch
train?
someone else? Like, did you watch another woman get beat up and just sort of sit there and be like, "Wow, imagine if I was also being beat up. That would be bad." But thank
Imagine
God
if
it's
I
not.
would do something.
Imagine
about
being
this.
that ugly.
I'm gonna saunter away, and then I'm gonna go write an article about it.
Oh man. Oh man.
Real talk. How many of you guys in the chat will support me if I get arrested?
I will represent you.
I have no
I'm not a
say.
lawyer. But I'll be like, Your
Oh my
Honor,
God.
is it really a crime if it was very funny? I rest my case. Thank you. I think you know what to do.
Hell yeah. I think that'll
Yeah.
work. It'll work on me.
I'll wear a nice suit and everything, you know.
Oh my
I'll wear a
God.
fake mustache so he thinks I'm a guy.
Listen,
I'll be like, Your Honor, she ate. And then I'll just sit down.
we have to start
And also, she left no
not
crumbs.
only our
Okay.
news network, we also have to start a law firm now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Busy women.
I'll do the. Yeah, we're very busy. We have so much work to do. My God.
Your Honor,
I'm
objection.
excited. There'll be so much
Objection,
fun.
Your Honor, not enough discussion of cunnilingus. Oh, it's sustained. Excellent.
This is a parking.
Oh.
There's not enough. Oh my God. I'm still brain dead, but this is anyway.
He recommends some smells and tells. If you've been exposed to the smell, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
I wish there's this dude. There's a dude who pretends to be a lesbian. He comes to some of the things I'm at sometimes and just stands there staring at me. And dude smells like shit. Dude smells like unwashed ass. He smells so fucking bad.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm entitled to compensation 100% for sure.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I'm not entitled to compensation. Smells and tells. This dude won't shut up.
Oh,
Actually, I think he even calls himself Emily.
no.
Oh, of course he does. Of course
Now
he
I'm
does.
thinking of it.
I've never.
I don't remember. I think it is Emily. But...
I'm looking at the chat, and Ice God is talking about like ContraPoints. I've never actually watched him, so I have no idea.
It's really fucking annoying.
Yeah, I believe it.
He also is one of those who couldn't choose like a Brenda or a Linda name. He's Natalie.
Oh, of
Oh
course.
no.
Okay. All right. Sure, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, dude.
Yeah, and philosophy tube is
Oh,
Abigail.
stop!
It's like, oh my
Really?
god. Yeah, he's Abigail,
Oh
isn't he?
my god.
Ooh.
Abigail tube or whatever the
So
fuck
do
it
they
is, you
like?
know. Philosophy
They
Gale.
really like put on like a fake voice and then like expect you to like listen to them talk about like other things. Like that's what they do. Not the Orange Bat Network. No. We are not naming it
I
that.
think we should call we should be OBGYN for obvious reasons.
Oh, true, 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 true.
Oh god. Abigail.
Oh, I don't even know who's worse. They're both so bad. They're both so creepy and so
ContraPoints is
bad.
pretty fucking awful.
Abigail and ContraPoints.
And like
Yeah.
very like
Oh, Abigail's
I
pretty rough though.
know. I think ContraPoints is very like
I like when his take was that
go ahead.
like little 16-year-old cis bitches who keep getting abortions rather than letting trans people get the gender affirming care they need. They're the
Did he really
problem.
Oh
say
Like
that?
during
God.
the pandemic when he said that. He's like
Philosophy too?
he was saying that like yeah, philosophy
Oh my
tube. And he
god.
was saying like these little cis bitches getting their boobs removed for cancer are like ruining it for trans people who need the surgeries for their feelings and shit.
Oh
It was
my
really
god.
ruining it
Like
for
he
trans
seriously
people
is
when
a
you
fucking
died.
creep.
When you wanted to like prolong your life and not die from cancer. That was very like that was a big fuck you to
Really
trans.
inconsiderate.
Yeah, and he was just like, they're saying that like teenagers shouldn't get trans medicine, which is not permanent. It's just puberty blockers. It's not permanent. Whereas they let them get abortions, which are permanent. I'm like, what is that fucking? What do you mean an abortion is permanent? It is for the fetus. It's not for the
Yeah.
woman. Like it was so fucking creepy. Like it's like you're obviously a man because you just see yourself in that aborted fetus. It's such a male
He was
Totally.
like,
trope.
I would prefer the 16-year-olds
Oh.
carried to term. You know, like
Exactly.
okay, dude.
I'm like, what?
You should be you're actually
Disgusting.
going to be
Like,
get
he's
post-term abortion right now, dude. Face the wall.
yeah, seriously.
They call me the
Our
abortionator.
girl Valerie Solanas had this right.
Yeah.
Valerie was right. You know.
What did she say? I haven't read the Scum Manifesto.
Oh, you have to read. It's so fucking good.
It's not
That
that
all
long.
men are walking abortions aborted at the gene stage.
Oh. Nice. I should
Yeah,
read
me
it.
too.
So good. It's so good. It's hilarious. I had such a
It's
great
not really
time.
that long though either, right? I mean it's
Mm.
longish, but
No.
I wonder if it's a stream.
Oh yeah, here it is. The male is an incomplete female, a walking abortion, aborted at the gene stage.
Nice.
Beautiful.
It's perfect. It's unironically perfect. I recommend it.
Also beautifully said, irradiated woman. Having a child is pretty permanent and life-changing. Yeah, but what if that child was a man? Irradiated woman. Did you ever think about that in your selfish womb mind?
What if that was me?
Yeah.
We
You know, it's just like, what? It isn't you. Shut the fuck up. This dude is horrible. Like I hate
we
him.
got into it about abortion on the last stream with Existential Gamer because there was a Christian pro-life
Oh, here we go.
feminist in the chat.
Sure, queen.
But it got really spicy. Actually, it was quite enjoyable.
Nice. I love it.
Yes.
Those women do not belong under the label of feminism, even if you reap the benefits of feminist activism. If you think abortion is bad,
Yeah. Like
get aborted.
basically what we had said in the discussion was like basically the very simplest feminist understanding has to be that women have the right to have dominion over their own bodies.
Yes.
Like that's
Yep.
the very bare minimum.
That's level 1.
Yep.
And she was saying stuff like how she does believe that, but not when it comes at the expense of another person. And
Not a person. Clump of cells.
Yeah.
Not a person.
But also like it also just comes down to the fact that like if you believe that women should not have the right to say no to something,
Yeah, what else does this
you
apply
can't-
to?
right, consent has to be there. So like if you think that there are times when a woman should not be allowed to say no, then you literally cannot be a feminist.
Yep. Also, like, I don't care what people say. Like, they know, everyone knows that a fetus is not
Yeah.
a baby. Like if you were in a room, like say one of these weeders was in a abortion clinic and they were burning it down and they got trapped in the burning building. Oh no. And there was a kid, like a 5-year-old kid in one side of the room, and there was a stack of like 1 million fertilized eggs ready
Yeah.
to go. 1 million. And then you could only save one from the fire. Which one would they save? Every single person would save the
Right.
No, I
child.
leave them
No one would
both.
save the well, yeah.
And I say
I would as
any
well.
let him, and
Who
then I
loves
jump out the window.
no. But if
Yeah.
it was a girl, I would save
Yeah.
her. To be clear, if it's a little girl or a box of embryos or whatever,
Yeah.
fertilized embryos, I would just literally like no one, and they might lie or they might refuse to answer, but like they
Mhm.
would absolutely save the child. Like there's no
Mhm.
way.
Yep.
So it's like what you're saying is bullshit. Because if you actually think each of those fertilized cells is equally valuable to one human life, then you would save the box of fertilized
Then
cells.
men wouldn't be
But none of them would.
masturbating because they're like all those potential
Yeah.
children.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Those potential children. They would weep if they woke up from a wet dream. They'd be like, "No, what have I done? The blood is on my hands." And not literally, 'cause that would be really alarming. But like, "Oh, what have I
Yeah.
done?"
I'm glad irradiated
Like, and they
woman brought
don't.
this up. If we can be forced to compromise our own bodies to save the life of another, will this also apply to males? Of course not. But forced blood donations, kidney donations, we talked about this too. And it's like, and I had said, I'll just repeat it now. Like, I have O negative blood. I am the universal blood donor type. Anyone can
Nope.
receive O negative blood. So my blood is highly desired by blood banks.
Vampire girlies, you heard
Oh
her.
my god, brag.
But like, nobody can force me. I cannot be forced to donate my blood, even if it's going to save lots of people, right? Like,
Yeah, literally, if you shot someone and they arrived on the scene and she was bleeding out, I'm saying she because you would, otherwise who would care? Try to make
Yeah.
this an actual scenario. And let's say she was bleeding out due to what you had directly done and they'd seen you do it. They still couldn't take
Right.
your blood and put it in this woman to save
Right.
her
I
life.
get to
Like,
say whether or not someone gets my blood. Or yeah, and then this too. Even if you believe a fetus is a person, that doesn't give the baby the right to use a woman's body without her consent. And yeah, same thing. Like, if
Storm said the same thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
You
A fetus
cannot
could have full consciousness and be able to say, "Please don't abort me," and its right should never override another woman's right to her
right.
body.
You cannot force another person, an actual person, to sustain the life of something else against their will.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yep.
That's very basic as far as feminism. A woman has a right to decide what happens with her body.
Yeah, and if she's like, "Well, I would never abort a baby," it's like, "That's cool, bro. I don't care. That's not what it's not what we're talking. That's not what pro-choice or pro-life means. We're talking about like the rights. If you don't want to do that, I don't care."
Yeah, you don't have to. Just like you don't have to give organs, or you don't have to not give organs. If you really want to
you don't have to donate blood.
If you really want to have organ donor on your driver's license or whatever, it's like you are free to do that, but you cannot compel other people to do it.
Right. And if you're like, "I don't want to," it's like, okay. Like, I mean, it's just like literally people don't understand anymore. Like people are so brain rotten. They don't understand the difference between like politics on like a scale, like class analysis and things versus just like, "Well, I don't like that," or "I like that." I'm like, it's not about what you like and dislike, you fucking idiot. Like,
also, Kai, yeah, if men like could get pregnant, abortion clinics would be like McDonald's. You just like go through the abortion drive-through.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be no problem.
Yep. Well, since we're talking about abortion, I got a
Since we're all on board.
Join me for my live abortion.
No, I got a comment today that I thought maybe was interesting.
Oh yeah.
Let me find it. Okay, so the comment says they're going to ask a question about a situation that took place in their country. I don't know what country this is. She said, "So, a certain abortion took place in my country a few days ago. The situation is as follows. Number 1, the woman was in the 36th week of pregnancy.
Okay.
The doctor performed an abortion on psychiatrist's reasoning that the patient was mentally unwell. The patient said she was going to commit suicide.
Yep.
The fetus was ill. It presumably had a rare disease, which would make it die after birth. And the patient, way before, was actually told that the fetus's genetic effect wasn't that serious. So this is the part where I'm curious. The fetus was ended. English is not this person's first language, sorry.
Yeah,
So
that's okay.
the fetus was ended by injecting substance to its heart. Then the patient underwent cesarean section to take it out. The fetus was 36 weeks old, so technically it would be able to live outside the womb in an incubator for a short while. But the patient was also proposed only C section before, as in without abortion. So the damage to the body would be the same. She would undergo C section, the pregnancy would be terminated, but in one outcome, the fetus is alive, in the other, not. In your opinion, does it make a difference? Her body, her
No.
choice, but outcome for her body should be exactly the same.
Yeah, no, kill it. Abort that thing. Like, it doesn't, even if it wasn't sick, even if it was perfectly viable, it's in her body, yoink. Like,
Yeah.
if she wants it gone, because then, once the baby is out, and okay, it's been like in the NICU and whatever, okay, like, there's a full baby there that she doesn't want. Where is this baby gonna go? Like, it's another life. Like, she has the right to end it. She made it. She can end it. When it's still obviously inside of her, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
That's what the conservatives like.
I think actually it should apply for the first. They should apply for the first 18 years. In my opinion.
Yeah, I said
it doesn't matter.
Like I said, well, my reply in the comment, I said, I think personally, if it were me, I'd just have the C-section and put the living baby up for adoption immediately. But I am never going to be pregnant nor face this situation. So I feel the decision is up to the woman no matter what, even if it makes me uncomfortable. And for me personally, like 36 weeks pregnancy, like that, if it was born, that's like a total viable, that baby can survive. But again,
but should it survive?
Well, yeah, and that's just the thing. Again, it doesn't matter. Even if that might personally make me a little uncomfortable, I still think a woman has the right to decide what happens to within her own body, no matter what. So
absolutely,
it doesn't matter what I personally think. It matters what she thinks and feels and wants. And
it kind of skeeves me a little bit because it's just like, well, she'd be getting like the cesarean either way, so like it's not really going to change anything. It's just sort of like, it's like, well, it's not going to change anything, so really she shouldn't have a choice. So still, we should still get to impose whatever it is. It's like, she said no. That's it. End of.
Yeah.
So
also, I forgot what point I was going to make. Oh, okay. What I don't like about this argument is it is like, and I know like the slippery slope is a fallacy, except I kind of don't really believe it is anymore. Like, this is a slippery slope because like, okay, well, 36 weeks is viable. I'm like, okay, well, with our technology advancing, maybe 20 weeks will be viable. Maybe 10 weeks will be viable, technically.
Yeah.
So then
it's not about the potentiality of another life. The woman is here.
Potentiality.
Yeah, she gets to decide right now. She's a real human right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, like, there was that comment I just from Fax Machine about where is it? Oh, give it to the nearest pro-lifer and say, there you go, now raise it. I've seen a clip from a pro-lifer protest at an abortion clinic where somebody straight up did ask them, how many children have you adopted? And all of the people they spoke to said none.
Yeah.
Every single one of them said that they've not adopted any children.
Yep.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember reading about, I think it was like reports from like an abortion clinic, and they had a woman come in who's like, I don't want to have to get an abortion. I want to be able to have this baby, but I can't financially support it, and I need a lot of like support. So they rung out like the pregnancy crisis center, explained it, and they're like, yeah, what do you want us to do about it?
Yeah.
It's just like, no shit, because you don't care. You just want this woman to have this baby because it fixes your... Like,
they're pro-birthers.
To me, they care. But once you are born, you're on your own.
Like, to me, it was like, you know, someone said in the comments before, like, women would just, like, have babies and just abandon them. I think that it's far more humane, if you're thinking about, like, the humanity of this potential person, to be under a medical procedure than just, like, be left to, like, suffer for a few hours in, like, a dumpster or something. It's just, like, the injection would be, like, instantaneous. This thing isn't going to feel anything. Like, it's over. Like, it has dignity or whatever, and the woman is safe. So... like, it seems a lot more dignified than just being like birthed into a dumpster.
Yep. Yeah, because they used to just smother babies or whatever, and just like ditch them in the woods or feed them to a bear or whatever. It's like not the best approaches. Totally understandable. I would do the same.
Yeah, honestly.
like honestly, like I get it, but it's much more humane to do it this way.
Yeah.
And again, it's like it must, especially for the woman who is a human who deserves a humane treatment.
Yeah. Yeah, so that wouldn't change my opinion at all. And it's yeah, I hate. I'm already like hackles up when people like try to find like an exception. I'm always like, always automatically like, no, she should have bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing too, it's like not that it matters at all, but the vast majority of abortions, it's not a viable fetus that's going to live and become a baby, right? Like most of them happen before like 6 weeks or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
when
a very
there
rare
are
circumstance.
right, when there are those late term situations, it's not because the woman was like, meh, don't want to be pregnant anymore.
Not
It's
feeling her.
because there's
Not feeling her
something
anymore.
very, very wrong with her or the fetus. Like,
Yeah.
and people act like doctors are just like plunging scissors into babies' skulls as soon as they exit the birth canal. Like, get fucking real. That is
Yeah, it
not
would be like
happening.
any other like, you know, euthanasia type process. Like it's, you know, it's clinical, it's professional,
Yeah.
it is the safest way to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's again, it just goes, yeah, like, and even if it was a woman who said, yeah, I'm not fucking with this anymore, she should still have the right. I fully believe that she should still have the right. Like, bye. But yeah, like it just isn't happening like they're saying, where like, you know, one day before the birth, they're like, actually, abort it.
Yeah, like, no, that's not happening.
Oh, it's gonna have brown eyes,
Yeah.
abort. Like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of fear mongering indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care if it can live outside the body. It's still in her. Bye bye.
Yeah. 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 It all comes down to the question: should a woman be allowed to say no to something?
Yeah, that's what
And
it all comes
if
down
your
to.
answer is no, she shouldn't be, then that's fucked.
Yeah. Also, I mean, if they want to, people who really want to reduce abortions, they don't actually want, they say they want that, but they don't actually want that. Because the way to do that would just be like, okay, if a woman goes to a clinic and says, I'm pregnant, I don't want to be, and it's not because the baby's sick or I'm sick or anything like that, I simply don't want it, then they should execute whoever impregnated them. And then we wouldn't have any more
They should
unwanted
do
abortions.
this.
I'd be
This
taken care
is
of really
great.
fast.
Okay.
Every
Yeah.
single pregnancy ever is because a man ejaculated.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, okay, if this is the problem, then we have a solution. And then I bet men would be really careful after that. And then we wouldn't have any unwanted babies who are being aborted for, you know, reasons not related to like viability.
Els put it great. What if a white kid had terminal cancer and his dying wish was for the woman not to abort? Energy with these kinds of arguments. Yeah. Honestly. What if it was their Make-A-Wish Foundation for you to keep your baby? Then I'm going to abort them in front of them and then kill them too.
Yeah, and these freaks don't care about children. They only care about pre-born fetuses. Like,
yeah, and it's just like, I'm not saying you can't find it like unpleasant or sad to be like, okay, because like it's natural to try and like personify yourself in these things, like, oh, this could have happened to me. It's like, well, it didn't. You're just experiencing basic human existentialism. You could be hit by a bus tomorrow too. Like, it's just, you know, that's what it be. If a set of circumstances happened, your parents might not have met and you might not have been born, but it didn't happen that way. So that, like, that's it. That's it. Bye bye, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doesn't Texas want child support to start from conception? It fucking should.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're gonna go that way.
If it's a person, then
I think there was a woman who was trying to get like car insurance to like pay for like her fetus as well. She was just like, yeah, I'm pregnant, so I'm gonna need you to be able to cover that. And they were just like, no. And she was like,
it's
well,
a person,
that's,
isn't
you
it?
know, very problematic. It's a person. I need coverage. What if she's like, I'm 1 week pregnant, so if I abort, I expect to be compensated $1 million. You know, because, you know, miscarriage is really, really common in the first trimester. So she just like was like, yeah. So she was like, "Yeah, I just want to make sure this kid's insured. I'm gonna get some health insurance, car insurance, everything I
Life
need."
insurance and then abort it.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
No, she was like, if they're gonna act like this is a person, then let's go. And she was just going full in on it. It was pretty great.
Mm-hmm. There
Oh
was a
God.
story here in Canada, I think in Saskatchewan, where a man legally had his gender marker changed to F in order to get cheaper car insurance.
Yup.
But he was
Yeah.
not trans in any way. He was a quote unquote cis man. And he was just like, I'm gonna get this changed. And like also it kind of shows like how exploitative and easy it is to take advantage of that system.
Yeah.
Men exploiting a
Imagine.
system? What?
And it would if Trins did this more en masse, it's like, okay, well then you're gonna skew the statistics that show that men under 25 are the worst fucking drivers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's why it really freaks me out.
Like they've done with like sex crimes and stuff, because the women are so vanishingly rare in terms of like committing sex crimes that even 10 troons a year getting busted for this is like literally increasing the female sex crime rate by like 4,000%.
And also, it freaks me out that you can change the sex on your birth record, because that
that's
literally will
messing
skew
that should not be allowed.
statistics.
That's like changing your
also,
birth
I don't think
date.
to be able to modify.
No, you should.
Yeah, exactly. I can't change. I hate my birthday, and I can't change that. Why should you be allowed to change the sex you are? That's ridiculous. It's modifying historical document
I
be
don't
false,
want my birthday
not to
be so close to Christmas anymore, because I don't like that people double up on gifts, so I'm changing it.
Yes, exactly. I want to move it away from Christmas. I want to move my birthday away from Christmas. Is that so much to ask?
So
and I'm not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
It's not fair is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and it should not be possible.
No. Oh, that's so fucking crazy. In Alberta, where I live,
your birth weight too, like your birth weight, or
yeah, I want to be a dainty baby.
In Alberta, where I live, you can just choose whatever gender marker you want on your driver's license or your identification.
For fuck's sake.
You don't have to do anything at all. You can just literally go into the DMV and be like, I want it to say M or X or F. You can just, because you say so.
Yeah, that's their favorite thing, because I say so. They fucking love that shit.
Yep. Yeah, and with my part of my work, I have to ask people.
Oh God!
I have to ask people how they identify.
What are your pronouns?
Yeah, I don't ever ask about pronouns, but I do have to ask them how they identify, because it goes in our records.
Yeah.
And I have had a handful, in 7 years, I think I've had 2 or 3 women say they identify as X. I've never had a woman tell me M, but I have definitely had a handful of men say female.
Of course I have.
And they're just dudes, they're not trying at all. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they're just enjoying the power trip of it. And they should face the wall. You'd be like, all right, so right this way, I've got a lovely wall with your name on it.
Yeah, good times. Good times. But any old dude can just choose for his driver's license to say F, but but God forbid you smile in your picture. That's not allowed.
Yeah, impossible.
Crazy.
Kaya's asking about BoJack Horseman. He's asking what we thought of the feminist character of Diane from the show. I haven't actually seen it, but
I have never seen it.
You guys have to see it. It actually is a really good show.
Okay, but
Diane's an actual feminist,
but he's a horse.
Yeah, he's a horse, and
I don't like it.
Horseman. But it's just it's a weird thing of the show that there's animal people, but it's just mostly for visual gags. Really.
I've seen the
Diane is an actual feminist.
I've seen the gift set of him we're doing feminism today. She's like, it's not fun for me. This is
Yeah.
So I've
There's also a bit where a character comes up with a female only like driver,
oh
like a
yes.
Lyft type of thing, but and then he's like, you know who loves female only services? Men. And then he makes it for men to be able to like it's just and it's so hilarious that they did this just a few years before it would have been completely unacceptable for them to say these things. Like it was like just right before this shit got really
Oh, that's
crazy.
Oh
funny.
man. Because I remember hearing
So
people
I
like
really
saying that
recommend
the
it.
horse came out as asexual at the end, or maybe that was just them being bad at reading. Was that true?
That was a different character.
Okay.
That was a different character, not the horse. Yeah.
Okay. Lee, can I have some more zeros in my bank account? Yeah.
And there's a really good song about deleting like a Yeet the Fetus or whatever. Like it's a really like a pop star who like has a
Nice.
pop song about her abortion in BoJack. It's pretty funny.
I remember I did
Yeah, 16
like
Aquafina. She's like a
oh gosh.
dolphin.
In
It's so good.
in high school for one of like our drama performances, I remember I was making like we were doing like some crazy fun stuff where in my one we it had to be like an interactive performance, and I was the one who wrote it, and I did include like stuff about like abortion, and it started off with the audience. I made them like sit in a circle and like pass around like a cold piece of mincemeat, and then we did we did like the Lion King holding up the baby, and then we like dropped the mincemeat, and then
Oh
we
my
sung
God.
Hakuna Matata, but it was like, I cut out my fetus, what a wonderful day, it's the problem-free philosophy, just cut out your fetus. I got an A. So
Damn. I went to Catholic school, so that wouldn't
oh, sad. No, my teacher liked it. Sorry.
Jeez. I remember when I was in high school, I was out in high school.
Nice.
But not like it's not like I announced to the whole school, so like it's not like everyone knew, but like anyway, whatever. I remember one time before class started, I was in my friend and I had different classes that morning, so I was in her classroom just chatting with her before the bell rang. And I was telling her about the previous night's episode of Queer as Folk, which is like my beloved show.
Okay.
And a girl across the room like heard me, and she remember we went to Catholic high school, and she went, "Isn't that about gay people?"
Oh God.
I'll never forget that. It was so funny. Yep, sure is. Oh, too funny.
Isn't
The gasp.
that about gay people? Not the gay people.
Well, and this girl grew up she had a baseball scholarship to Brigham Young University in Utah.
Oh yeah.
And she met a Mormon boy and converted to Mormonism. And
Yikes.
now they have like 17 children. Not really, but probably like 6 or 7. Also, oh my God, I'm airing this girl's dirty laundry, but it's fucking creepy as shit.
Oh dear.
Do it.
So, okay. I don't know how to say this without sounding so fucking heartless, but she had a miscarriage, and as so many women do, and it wasn't like she was like 6 months pregnant or whatever. It was like 3.5 months, and this is why I feel like I'm going to sound heartless, but like however you grieve is however you grieve, whatever. It's very sad that it was a wanted baby. It ended in a miscarriage, whatever. But the creepy fucking weird shit comes in that this happened 5 or 6 years ago, and they have a birthday party for the miscarriage every year.
Oh my God. Ugh.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
No.
That just seems like not being able to let something go.
Yeah, and it's not on the anniversary of the miscarriage. It's on the due date, which would have been the birthday of the baby.
Okay.
And so they literally they have like family over, friends and family, and they literally throw a birthday party every year
for
except
nobody.
for yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird.
It's a bit
I
much.
could almost understand it if you had a young child and then they died.
Yeah, we're having
Like
like a
because they were already
memorial,
there.
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
like,
like if you
we're
wanted to,
remembering on this day,
yeah,
but it's literally a party, like a birthday party.
yeah, that's
And
fucking weird.
it,
That's strange.
yeah, it weirds me out big time. I feel,
Sorry, that
yeah,
was your buddy saying that's enough. Don't want that one. The vibe was off.
yeah.
Self-abortion.
Oh,
I'm
and the
sorry, I
like they do
don't find
like
miscarriages that sad. I
the
think it's a
happy
good thing.
birthday banner and balloons and
Ugh.
cake, like the
Is
whole thing.
is 3 months even old enough to know the sex? Like,
I don't know, but I think they knew it was a boy. It was
Yes.
old enough that they knew it was going to be a boy.
okay.
Yeah, you know at that
But
point.
yeah,
You usually know. Like you can know 12 weeks or so pretty clearly usually.
it's weird, man. I feel bad that maybe
Nah,
they
don't even feel bad.
need a
It's
little more
fucking weird.
help than the church is
Yeah.
given, like, mental health help then.
Well, they can only go to Mormon counselors, and you can imagine how good they'd be. Like, have you prayed about it? Have you given some
Yeah,
more tithing?
they have to
Just have
confess
another
all
Yeah,
baby.
nations to their bishop and ugh.
yeah, fucked up shit. Fucked up shit. The Mormons are like almost like I think they're on par with Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh yeah, for sure.
I think
They're
they're
wacky.
wackier, yeah. The Jehovah's
Wackier,
Witnesses,
yes.
Yeah, they're real
the
wacky.
Jehovah's Witnesses are pretty nuts, but I feel like they're fairly harmless in the end. Like they keep to them, like
Disagree.
yes, they try to recruit, but they also like, they're not, they kind of keep to themselves. They don't do shit out in the world.
Don't they refuse blood
Yes.
transfusions
They
and stuff so their
refuse
kids die all
they
the
refuse
time?
blood transfusions, and they have the right to self-determine the vaccination thing. But their
Mhm.
biggest
Right. So
issue is with sexual abuse. Again, because they have a system where if a child comes forward about being sexually abused, they need to have two witnesses. The child does not count as one of the witnesses. And if that happens, like the pastor or priest or whatever their version of it just gets like shuffled around.
Mhm.
And they have like a stronghold where like you live, and like they produce like the children's cartoons like Kayla and Sophia or whatever the fuck. They're just as creepy as Mormons in terms of cult, I
Yeah.
think. I don't
yeah.
believe they do the missionary stuff, like, but
Well, they
they
do knock
they're
on doors though.
they
They knock on
yeah,
doors a
but they
lot,
don't
yeah.
do like the Mormon thing where they send you away, where the Mormon church will like choose the country or whatever that you get
Yeah.
sent to, and you have to be with your buddy the whole time, and you're not
You're
allowed to
never,
talk to your family, and you have
no
to convert lots of
privacy.
people. Yeah, no
You're not
privacy, and
allowed to be alone ever, and that
no,
like you
yeah,
have to shower
You wear
with the
the
door
special
open
undies, yeah.
because if you're alone, you might be tempted by impure thoughts.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I would say Jehovah's Witnesses are still pretty bad.
No.
But again, like any religious cult, they have like a massive problem with sexual abuse. There's even
Yep.
been cases of like where boys have come forward about being like sexually molested by like male pastors or whatever, and then they will get removed from the church or like excommunicated because they're like, well, that was homosexual activity, child who was abused by. So like
Yep. No, it's really
they're
fucked
big
up.
on the excommunication
Oh
disfellowship
yeah.
thing where they will like just pretend you don't exist, you are dead to them, gone, like
Hmm.
forever. Um so yeah, they're both pretty fucked up. And yeah, the magical Mormon underwear, I have heard about this
Yes, that's the
chat.
thing. The whole, actually, it's all the rage right now because I know a lot about Mormonism because outside of Utah, I live in like the biggest Mormon hub in the world.
Oof.
Um, so so they have a prophet who is the head of their church. He's like the Mormon Pope, I suppose, and they
Okay.
believe that he is in direct communication with God, and God can reveal things to the prophet, and they accept it in the church because it's God speaking to them through the prophet. So like when they decided that actually black people aren't cursed by the devil, that's because it was revealed
Yes.
to their current prophet, right? Okay,
Yes, I
so
heard about that. And like they got rid of polygamy.
yeah,
But yeah, like the
well,
black thing was like they're being punished. That is why black people have dark skin.
yeah,
Because they're meant
but
to burn.
Yeah.
there was a
Terrifying.
2025 revelation to the prophet
Oh
where
boy.
he revealed, or God revealed through the prophet, that the special Mormon underwear can be slightly modified now because what had happened was the underwear has to be completely covered by your clothing. And so it's like little short sleeves. So like you have to wear like 3/4 length or full length sleeves if you're a
Yeah.
woman, because you have to cover your Mormon underwear. Well, God revealed through the prophet this year that actually they can be sleeveless. They can be spaghetti strap underwear now. And all of the Mormon ladies are in a tizzy because they can start wearing cap sleeves now.
Oh my
That
god.
sounds like God just being a pervert. He's like, yeah, well, that's spaghetti strap. If only I can see your magic underwear.
Let me see them shoulders,
Oh,
girl. Let me see them shoulders.
Yeah, your shoulders can now be revealed. Thanks God, he told the prophet.
Thank goodness. But yeah, the fucking
Wow.
because it's meant to like protect them or something. The magic Mormon underwear or something. I don't know.
Well, it's the same as to them. It's the same as
It's like a
a
modesty
Muslim
garment.
hijab or a Jewish. What the heck is the thing the men wear?
The little hat thing.
Yarmulke. It's the same. So it's like a physical. It's something you physically wear to remind you of your connection to your faith. So it's the same concept as the hijab or the yarmulke.
I see.
Okay.
Also, I do
Good.
wonder
I guess.
why it was quote unquote revealed to him. Like, was it just not testing well? Like, you know, the
I
black
think people
people
were making
thing,
fun of it too
and
much.
like the black people thing was people like, what the fuck? Like, did enough people just say what the fuck? He's like, okay, well, we don't want, like, we actually kind of need a few more cult members, so like let's try and appease the black people who we said were eternally damned.
Yeah,
For
well,
the color
they
of their
believe it's a living church because God is consistently revealing things to each new prophet that the church chooses to head them up.
Uh-huh. I wonder if they look into the hat like in the original story or whatever, because it was like some guy looking in a hat and he's like, yeah, God's telling me stuff.
Joseph Smith.
Yeah, and he's like, no, God
Conveniently,
told me.
only he could read the
Yeah.
tablets. Nobody
No,
else
you
could.
you can't look in the hat. Only I
Uh,
can look in it.
Yeah. That's my special God talking
Yeah.
hat. And then also, if I change what the tablet said, it's because you were bad and God said he was going to do that.
You
So,
make God
you
feel
know,
self-conscious, actually, so it's on you.
yeah,
Oh
it's
my
on you
God.
guys. So I hope you're
This
fucking
reminds me,
happy.
I saw something on TikTok the other day. It was something about, because it's Easter weekend and it's a huge Christian holiday and Good
Oh
Friday
yeah.
today. Today is the day that Jesus was crucified.
Yeah, woo! Put
But
that guy on the cross.
no. I saw on TikTok that the
Get
TikTok was about that basically, and somebody commented, "Wow, Christian mythology is so fascinating." And there were hundreds of replies being like, "Not mythology, it's truth." And I was dying.
It's yeah, all right. Well, I'm celebrating Zeus Day, you know.
Oh, but man, what a power move to call it Christian mythology.
Yeah, the ancient people in the Bible, they wrote these crazy stories of. They were very spiritual people.
Yes.
The Christian
Oh,
savages, you know.
yeah. Oh, good times. Christian mythology. Too funny. Too funny. Oh, um, a lot of uh, yeah. Left-handedness is a sign of the devil, and so
Okay.
in the no, for real, in the early 1900s, well, and before that, schools would force children to learn to write with their right hands, and they would like literally beat them for writing with their left hand.
Wouldn't they like tie them behind their back as well?
Yeah, my great grandmother, this
yeah,
happened to
they did all
her.
sorts of
She
stuff.
was naturally left handed and was forced to learn how to write right handed, and it was so crazy.
Jesus.
Oh, lamb.
Yeah, I don't really like the Christian fandom because it's like very toxic, and they're always like wasting their time arguing about canon when they could just be making Jesus kiss the guy who killed him or whatever. What's his name? Judas.
Oh, this. I also saw a TikTok today that was so fucking funny. It was from the Gospel of John, and it was about the funniest passage in the Bible ever. It's from the
Okay.
Gospel of John, and that's like him telling the story of Jesus because he knew Jesus, whatever. And he's talking about how he and Peter raced to the tomb to see Jesus's body, and but John was faster and arrived there first. And it's like John is the one who's writing this, and he chose to put in that he was the faster one, and he made it there first.
By the way,
thanks, John. Oh, so funny.
Maybe if you weren't such a slow ass bitch, you would get to see our Lord and Savior
Literally.
resurrected fast like me.
That's so funny.
We got some Judas X Jetus. Yeah, I'm sticking with Jetus. We got some, that's their ship name, Jetus.
Ship name. It's Jetus.
And Jetus shippers. Where you?
Oh my god, that kiss was full of so much tension.
Did they kiss in the Bible?
Am I? Okay. They do.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never read it. I was raised atheist. So.
You've never read the steamy Jesus and Judas kiss?
No, I didn't know they kissed in the Bible. I didn't know this. Jetus for life, I guess. God said Jetus is canon.
It is canon. Anyway, I'm actually going to bow out. I need to eat something.
Yeah, of course.
And be
no worry, Queen.
But I'll be...
Thanks for joining us.
But yes,
Nana.
thank you, everyone. I had many a laugh and read the worst article.
Well, poor Radical had to read it to you. You just sat here and made funny quips.
I know, it's even... Hey.
I loved it. I was...
Samesies. Okay. Yeah, have fun, guys. I'll be listening in, but I gotta go make food or something.
Go eat, Queen. Go eat.
Us. Thanks for being here.
Excuse me.
Nana.
I don't leave. I don't know.
Get out, Queen. Like, get out.
Close the window.
How to leave.
Get out.
Well, just close
the door is there. Leave. I kicked her.
You kicked Nana out.
Yeah, I kicked her right out the door.
Nana to Stelitas.
Yeah, delete us, Nana. She's been aborted from this stream.
Oh my god.
I remember seeing a Trump X Jesus Enemies to Lovers many years ago. Beautiful.
Oh, today apparently Trump said something fucking deranged because again it's.
So you mean every day?
Well,
it's a day. It's a day that ends in Y.
Yeah, but apparently he said that today is Good Friday, the day that so many celebrate the Savior. Me.
Oh. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. Good lord. That's bad.
I know.
Why don't you make like Jesus, dude?
I know.
Get in that cave. He died in a cave, right? Or he died on the cross and they put him in a cave or some shit.
A tomb.
I don't know, Queen. I haven't read the Bible.
Haven't read the book.
No. Atheism. It's blissful. It boggled my wife's mind. She's like, so you never went to church? And I was like, no, never. Or actually once at a sleepover, I had to go to church. And that was when I ripped out my own tooth. And
hardcore, right?
Yeah, I was so bored. And it was one with no
you
singing.
You've been so bored you ripped out your own tooth.
Listen, a 10-year-old's got to make do. And then they had these really good, after the guy stopped fucking talking about whatever he was banging on about. I don't know. After that, there was like some food at the back, and there was a plate of these really nice hundreds and thousands like biscuits. Ate every single one of them before any of the kids could get them.
Oh my god, Rusty.
I was really angry. See, this is when I realized the church was corrupt, because my friend brought me, because I had a sleepover, and she came to the door and they're like, oh, you brought a friend, and she got a chocolate bar for bringing a friend, but I received nothing. I also attended, so where was my reward?
They're hoping that you would recruit so you can get your chocolate bar.
And then, yeah, that's when I knew. I was like, wow, the church is corrupt. This is fucked up. Oh
my god.
Whereas, like, my wife remembers, because she would go to, like, Christmas services and stuff, and she has like a really like jaded feeling whenever she sees Mr. Bean, because they would put on like a Mr. Bean cartoon, and then they would walk her through like a realistic reenactment of the crucifixion. Like someone from the church would be
the
put on
stages
like
of
a
the cross.
cross and be bloodied, and she'd be like, like
Yes.
7 years old. And she's like, oh no, they're making us watch Mr. Bean. That means we have to watch the guy on a cross again.
Standard Christian / Catholic child experience.
Terrible.
Who amongst us has not seen the bloody crucifixion?
It's just fucked up.
I know. Man, okay, there was that movie that came out, The Passion of the Christ, which is like,
Okay.
Mel Gibson created it, and it's what year was that? 2004. And it's a highly like biblically accurate depiction of the life and times and crucifixion of Jesus. And it is fucking graphic. Like
is that the one where the meme comes from, where like Mel Gibson is talking to like a bloodied Jesus like offset, and it's just like men explaining their problems to women?
Yes, but the film is extremely graphic because Mel Gibson wanted to be like true to reality, I guess.
Okay.
Like to the point where like when Jesus is being like whipped, like you literally see pieces of his flesh rip off of himself. Like it is extremely graphic. Okay, came out in 2004.
How did the set allow that? Like, was it makeup and effects, or like did the actor like actually have to be flayed?
No, it was effects, of course. But
okay.
But I was 15 or 16, depending on the month it came out. I was 15 when it came out, and my aunt took me to see it.
Oh my god, did she know what was?
Oh yeah, she was like, this is important viewing because we're Catholics.
Okay. Oh god.
And I saw it the one and only time, and it is violently graphic, and I will really never forget it.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay.
But it's important to see because you want to witness the true reality of what happened.
What some guy who may or may not have existed happened to him.
Yeah.
What happened to some guy's fucking...
Most historians do believe that they existed.
Okay, the fanonized Jesus. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like...
But yeah, it was brutal.
Catholics is the one where they have to like do like the confession box, where you sit in a box and like say what you did wrong. Because I think of those. Oh god, because my mom was raised Catholic, and that's like one of the things I do appreciate, that she was like, oh, I'm having atheist children, because she specifically remembers like going to Sunday school, and she was like 5 years old, and they were told, all right, next week we're going to do your first confession, so you have to think of something to confess. So she spent all week worrying because she was a 5-year-old little girl and was like, oh my god, I haven't done a sin. I need to think of something. Otherwise I'm going to be in trouble for not being able to confess something. And her dad was driving her to that church, and she was like bawling up. He's like, what's wrong? And she's like, oh, we have to confess it. And he's like, oh my god, she's bawling. What has she done? And like, then she said like, I don't have anything to confess. He was like, yeah, we're not going to that church anymore. So it's interesting that even though he like considered himself like a devout Catholic, that sort of turned him away for a while, and then like later in life he had like a heart attack, and then he got a little bit more into like, oh no, like we need to start going to church again. So it's just interesting.
My parents have always been like, I don't know, religious, I guess, in that they believe in God and Jesus, and but they did stray from the Catholic Church. Like they still hold all of their beliefs about God and Jesus and yada yada yada, but they did stray from the Catholic Church because oh god, it's so funny, because the church prays to various saints as well as Mary Magdalene and Mary, Mother of Jesus. And they thought that was not correct to do because it should be just between you and God only. So that's why they left. Okay. And also the confession was a problem for them again, because I think it should be just between you and God and not a priest else. Yeah. Okay. Or a pastor or whatever the Catholic one. Is it Catholics that are priests, or are they pastors? I forget. They like Catholic their own special name. I remember we during my grandfather's funeral, because it was a Catholic service, and my siblings
Yeah, oh, so long. And they did like, you know, they came out and they like spread mist over the coffin and all this stuff. And like afterwards, it was really funny because my younger sibling had never been in a church before. So whenever he was referring to like events that happened, it was like, and then the priest came on stage, and it's like, and they're like, it's not a stage, it's like
the altar.
And he's like, and then us as the audience, we clap. He's like, it's not the audience. It's like, this is not a play. It was making my grandmother so upset. It's like, it kind of got a point, though. It kind of is. And it's like, only the priest gets to talk. And like all the silly robes they wore, it was very,
it's very like high drag.
Yeah, and like the seats are uncomfortable. It's just, I don't fuck with it.
Catholicism is always about like feeling bad about yourself.
Oh and yeah, so if you're happy, you know that's a sin.
Because Jesus suffered on the cross, so you can suffer in a pew for a little while.
Yeah, they love like my mom often jokes that the Catholic guilt came to me. Like it skipped her because like I was always, especially like as a child, I was so guilty. Like once when I was in preschool, so I was like 5 years old, and at the end of the day they would put us down for like a nap where we would get out the mattresses and you bring your like little pillowcase from home. And I saw this like, I don't remember what it was. It was like just a green, I don't know, piece of fluff or something. And I was like, what if I put this in my ear? And I did. What if I did? And I couldn't get it out. And so I thought that I was going to die. And I was like, oh my God, these are my last moments. I'm gonna be dead soon. And the preschool teachers, two lovely ladies who were actually a lesbian couple, Lisa and Cheryl, they took me aside and they're like, Rusty, why are you crying? What's wrong? And I was too scared to tell them because I thought I would be in trouble for dying.
In trouble for dying.
Like, oh man, if I die, I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
Oh my God, that reminds me of Downton Abbey. Maggie Smith, who plays the Dowager Countess. There's a scene where somebody died in one of the bedrooms, and she said, "No Englishman would ever dream of dying in someone else's house."
How rude. I was so worried.
It's so funny.
Yeah. And I didn't tell anybody for years later. And I was like, hey, Mom, you remember when I was like crying at preschool? This is why. She was like, why didn't you say anything? Why are you like this?
Oh, my God. Oh.
Yes.
Poor Rusty. I'm gonna be in so much trouble if I die.
Yeah, like someone's gonna tell me off big time. Biggest, like, it's time out for keeps, honestly. And like I was a good kid, so like I was always worried about like getting in trouble. Like I think I got like maybe one detention for not doing my reading, and I cried the entire time. Felt so bad. Or in the first grade, so I was like 6 years old. This shithead Dylan fucking was sitting next to me, and he went, "Ew, did you fart?" So I socked him in the face. And he was like, "Miss, she punched me," and I was like, "He said I farted, and I didn't." And I got put in timeout, and I cried.
I'm obsessed with
so it's like I'm in so much trouble right now, but I didn't do it. I'm not guilty. I didn't fart.
Oh my God. Oh, my face. Poor Rusty.
Yes. I just want it on the record that I didn't fart, all right? Dylan.
God, Dylan.
Fucker.
That is such an annoying boy name.
Yeah, honestly, there was so many like Dylans and I don't know, fucking Rylands at that age. My God.
Ryland is such an Australian name. Holy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so Australian. Also, you know what's the most Australian boy name of all time?
What?
Lachlan.
Oh, okay. You don't have Lachlan's over there?
No, Lockies? That is the most Lucky. Yeah, it's the most Australian.
Yeah, see, I've got a childhood friend like a Lockie. I knew a Lockie.
Of course you do. Very Australian name.
And we actually had a lot of boy Ashleys. Ashley was a really common boy name.
Oh.
Yeah,
Lots of girl Ashleys.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, see, I feel like that's considered more common, but yeah, I always associate it with like a boy name. Because I knew more boy Ashleys.
Yeah.
But yeah, 12 angry men, but they're deliberating on whether or not Rusty fought it. I did it! Put me on the cross! I stand by my statement. I didn't do
Your Honor.
Keith? Are we saying like what the fuck is? Why are you spelling Lachlan like that? It's not spelled like that.
Well, it's not a common name outside of Australia and Ireland, I suppose.
Yeah,
but it's spelled Lach. Yeah.
H2O never taught me that. I never knew that H2O was popular in other companies.
It's not. It's
other
just
countries.
A meme.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know it. I didn't know it aired in other countries. So.
I don't know if it did, but yeah.
I'm no ordinary girl. I remember coming over. Why are you spelling Lachlan like that, guys? That's not how it's spelled. Lockklyn. No.
Oh my god. What if it was like
Lachlan.
Like your child is a very special child, so they need a crazy spelling of their name.
Lachlan.
No, okay. Oh my god. If you were named by like a U.S. American mom from the South.
Oh god, yeah, true.
Rusty.
Oh, what the fuck? Not this. Are we debating the existence of Lachlan as a name? Guys, I'm sorry to... Cohen, I haven't heard much.
Cohen, yeah. These are my daughters, Rusty and Radical.
Yeah, oh my god. Honestly, I'll accept it.
Oh, you know what else is a super Australian name that pretty much does not exist anywhere else?
Oh, wait.
Taylor.
Taylor?
T-A-Y-L-A.
Really? What about Taylor Swift?
No, that's Taylor. T-A-Y-L-A. Taylor.
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds the same.
I know, it sounds the same.
Yeah, Taylor. Yeah, Taylor, Kayla, Baylor, Layla. It's all the same.
Frick, my phone just died.
Arr.
I'm stretching my headphone cord as far as I possibly can to reach my charger.
She's doing it for you, girlies.
I can't reach.
You can do it. Don't you mean Lachlan? Guys, I can't believe I didn't know that Lachlan was an Aussie name. It's crazy.
It's so Australian. I mean, I know its origins are Irish, but like it's...
Yeah.
Every time I've encountered a Lachlan, he's been Australian.
There you go. Wow, there you go. Huh.
Taylor
Swift. Listen, that's just how I talk. Okay. It's the same to me. Look, Taylor Swift. It could, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same.
I know.
I'm trying to defend myself. This is how we pronounce ours, Queen.
I know.
Stop bullying me.
I'm dying. Man.
You guys and your spellings of Lachlan.
This is good.
God damn. See, that seems like oh, that's very fancy. I don't know how you did that. Taylor, short for Taylor now. I don't know what that means. Taylor now? Who is Taylor now? I
don't know. I missed the joke. Oh, maybe do you mean Tylenol?
Oh! I'm doing well, thank you, Lamb. How about Miss Melbourne herself, Kylie Minogue?
Kylie.
Yeah. Kylie Minogue, yeah, she's big. Or was, yep. I don't know.
No, she is very.
Luca, I've met a few Lucas, Lee.
Yeah, that's an
So
Australian name too.
I certainly wouldn't be like, oh, that's a strange name, you know.
Oh man.
For some reason, Ice Goddess's ick name is Skylar. I can understand that. It's kind of pretentious. Sounds like a young adult novel protagonist. Lamb says, I always dreamed of being kidnapped by Australian mermaids because of H2O. Because she's not an ordinary girl. She's from a different underworld. Coralie? I'm trying to read these. You can't be spelling things phonetically because I will read it different.
Ibuprofen Phoebe Bridgers. Do you have ibuprofen? Do you use that word in Australia?
Yes, yeah, we use ibuprofen.
Okay.
Though most people call it like Nurofen, like that's the brand name. Yeah,
it's Advil
and like
here.
Oh, okay, we also have Advil, but Advil is its own brand. She'll be like, oh, you have an Advil, fucking fancy pants over here. Take your fucking Nurofen.
Oh, interesting. I don't think we have another brand for ibuprofen. There's just ibuprofen, which is the generic, or Advil, which is the brand.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. Our big one is Nurofen, and then we've got for paracetamol we have Panadol.
Yeah, and here it's acetaminophen or Tylenol. Same thing.
Oh. Oh, okay, there you go. That's weird. They should like just come up with a single name. It must be like fucking suck to be a chemist.
Oh, actually, I have a story. When I was 15, my parents took my sister and I on a road trip from our home in Canada to Mexico. So we were in the United States. We were in Northern California, and my mom.
Yes. I'm sorry. Keep going.
My mom was kind of car sick, and so she wanted to get some like anti-nausea medicine at a pharmacy or a chemist. And in Canada, we would just refer to that as the brand name Gravol, Gravol.
Okay.
And so we're in the pharmacy, and she's asking the pharmacist, because we didn't know like the American brands, like what I need to get some Gravol. And the pharmacist was like, what? She's like, yeah, I need Gravol. And the pharmacist was like, this is a drugstore.
You go to the landscaping place down the street.
He thought she was talking about Little Rock's gravel.
Like bitumen gravel.
Yes. And she was like, yeah, like for car sickness. And he was like, oh, like whatever they call it there. Like, yeah. There's no universal drug names.
No, it's just dumb. You would think they would just do it. Like that's stupid. Irradiated woman, I don't know what APAP is. APAP.
Yeah, me neither.
APAP. Can I get some APAP, please? Then they call it like the drugstore over there, whereas we're like the chemist.
Yeah, we would
say chemist
or pharmacy.
Okay, you don't say chemist. We're just us.
No. And the UK says chemist as well.
Yeah.
And to me, a chemist is like a scientist in a lab.
Would they like doing chemistry and stuff in there? Because like that's what we would call the person behind the counter as well, like the chemist. Like that's their job.
A pharmacist.
Okay, they could also be that, but no, it's the chemist. Nipping down to the chemist. Do you use like nip off when you're like just gonna quickly go somewhere?
No.
Because whenever I say that to Arbor Storm, she's like, "Stop talking about nipples," and I'm like, "I'm not. I'm just nipping off to like go somewhere."
I'm trying to think what we would say. Like it's just to mean like you're going somewhere quickly to, and then you'll
right
back.
Like you're ducking out, like
duck out, or I might say I'm gonna. What would I say? Maybe we might say pop over. I'm gonna pop over.
Yeah, pop over. Yeah, pop round. No, I'm gonna nip off.
It's so funny though, like literally how we all speak English, but like there's
so many different
in the dialects that we speak.
Yes, but then I hear like I've got a lot of European friends where like English is like either their second, third, fourth language, and they're like, "No, you all sound the fucking same."
Actually, I learned something recently, like a way of a grammar, a sentence structure that is almost specifically Canadian and doesn't exist in English anywhere else.
Oh.
if I said to you, I'm done my drink, what
Oh,
do you think that means?
you're done with your drink.
No, it does
You
not.
finished
In
it.
that
What?
case, I would say I'm done with my drink.
Okay, what do you mean, Canadian?
Yeah, so
Explain
in
yourself.
Canadian English, when you remove the with, if you say I'm done my drink or I'm done my homework, it means I have completed it.
That's bad. I hate that.
It's
That
apparently
shouldn't be.
only in Canada.
Oh, do you say that?
Yes, I'm done my drink means I have finished it. I'm done with my drink means there could be some drink left, but I don't want it anymore.
What?
I'm done my
I.
homework means I have completed my homework.
That
I'm
just sounds
done with my
grammatically
homework. Yeah,
incorrect.
I had no idea that this was only a Canadian thing, but it is apparently exclusive to Canadian English.
That is wild. I hate it. You should
Mm.
never speak like that again for my benefit. That's fucked up. That's like,
Yeah.
to me, like, to my ears, that sounds like kids who, when kids were young, they'd say instead of I brought, they'd be like, I
Yeah.
brang this, or I done that.
Yeah. No, that's yeah, I would say I'm done with if I meant I
You've had
didn't want
enough.
any more. Yeah. I had no idea that was I learned that this week that that's exclusively like a
Huh.
Canadian thing.
I mean, same, I guess. I had no idea. It's like
Oh
last
yeah.
time I learned about the Canadian rise. This time I'm learning that you guys don't speak good English.
Don't speak English good.
Yeah, don't talk good like what I do.
Yep. Yeah, interesting.
Amazing.
Interesting. Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. The more you know. Wow. I feel
The
like we've
more
had a
you know.
more educational time after the article, because the article was like, it was like net nothing information. Like I
I
gained
know.
nothing from it.
It had to be
It's like,
done
this is
though.
okay, but this is okay. But I feel this, but this is okay. But this is, it's like, take a stance, my dude.
Mm. Does Canadian English have curse words like Canadian French does? Like tabernacle? Probably
Tabernacle.
not. Tabernacle.
Is that a
Um,
swear? What does it
yes, it
mean?
is. What does it? I don't know how to explain it. And
You could have just been saying slurs in French.
it's like referring to the tabernacle, and so it's like a religious swear. It's like oh my god, but like considered
Oh,
more.
okay.
It's like considered more vulgar because like you're like cursing the tabernacle. Um,
Oh.
does Canadian English have any particular swears? I don't think so. Just the standard ones. Shit, fuck.
Yeah. Just the standard ones. Shit, fuck.
The standard ones.
It was just the casual way you said it. Yeah, can I get one shit fuck, please?
Now I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. I've never heard a swear in my life. I don't even know.
Yeah.
When you try to think of it on the spot.
Absolutely. She's nipping off to the tabernacle.
Yeah, I don't think there are any particular Canadian English swears.
It's a swear when they don't say please or sorry.
Yeah, very. Oh, you know what grinds my gears? That's an American thing that really pisses me off.
Oh yeah.
Because this maybe goes with my reputation for being like super polite Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
But Americans will often like in restaurants or like a counter service, like a fast food or Starbucks or whatever, when they're ordering, they'll say, I'm a Dua Grande Frappuccino.
Oh, yep. I am aware of that.
I'm a Dua Grande Frappuccino, or let me get a large burrito. Who the fuck raced you?
Yeah, instead of can I please have?
May I please have?
Yeah.
I'm a Dua? What the
Yeah,
hell?
I'm gonna do a schnitty real quick. That's what we call chicken schnitzels. Chicken schnitty. Yeah, it is a little rude. I would like if I had done that as a child and we had been taken out to a restaurant, it would have been like cuffed over the back of the head. It's like, you want to go sit in the car?
100%. 100%. My
I
parents did not
yeah.
suffer lack of polite manners. Oh my god.
Or like, did you have to answer the phone in a certain way? Like, I had to be like, "Hello, this is Rusty speaking. Who is it, please?" Like, whenever I
Um,
answered as a child, like we had to, yeah, be like super.
no, kind of, but we would just say, "Hello, Ramblings residents."
Okay, okay, still, but that's like, you wouldn't just be like, my mom would get mad if she had called somewhere and like a child or an adult answered the phone. They'd be like, "Yeah,
Oh,
hello."
who would say
Yeah,
that?
you had so many
Yeah,
people. Or like she was were your parents like big on like being able to like eat with cutlery and stuff? Like we
of
were, god, I
course.
mean like 4 and 5, and like we had to practice on Play-Doh to be able to cut things correctly. And if we had friends over and they couldn't hold a knife and fork, my mom would be like, "Ugh, very they're not teaching
So
them anything over at
uncouth.
that friend's house." Yeah, uncouth. They're like, "Ugh, how do their parents take them anywhere?" Ugh.
Oh, my parents were like very big on please and thank you, which is fine. Like
Yes.
manners are good. But if I had a friend who like didn't say please or thank
Oh
you,
no.
yeah, I have a
And then
very
you'd hear
clear
about it.
I have a yeah, oh yeah. No, I have a very clear memory of being in the kitchen of my childhood home and my friend asking like saying something like, "Can I have some juice?" And there was no
Ooh.
please, and my mom literally was like, "Pardon?" And the kid, the friend was like, "Can I have some juice?" And my mom was like,
Oh no.
"Pardon?"
Oh no.
And then I had to be like, "She wants you to say please."
Oh, how
Oh, I was
embarrassing.
probably like 6 or 7.
Oh god. Yeah, oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, validated. Give me that motherfucking
I'ma get a juice.
I'm gonna get that motherfucking juice.
Oh,
Oh god,
dying.
that's yeah. Oh, I don't think my mom ever did something like that blatant, but I would hear about it after. It's just like your friend didn't say please once, or like she'll get mad when like my friends didn't like ask about her at the dinner table. She's like,
Oh.
she didn't ask me any questions. We asked her lots of questions. Like she is 6 years old. Or
Oh.
like we weren't. Did you like? We weren't even allowed to say like shut up. It was
Oh, no.
shush up. It was shush
No.
up. And you wouldn't say it to your parents. You would say it to like your sibling, shush up.
Yeah,
Um,
as a child, if shut up was like on par with saying fuck, like
yeah, honestly.
it was the worst thing you could say. And additionally, my mother would never ever tolerate saying what in response to not
Oh,
hearing. You had to
yeah, it would
say,
be pardon.
"Pardon me."
Yep. Oh, yep. Yeah, she would accept pardon for it, but yeah, never huh or
No
yeah,
way.
what. That was like
If
absolutely
anyone
not.
said what, oh, that sent my mom through the roof. It was always, "Pardon me."
Or when we had to do a chore and we had to do it in good graces. So if you were caught like even like kind of frowning while doing the dishes, you did it again the next night. And after you finished a chore, you had to say, "Is there anything else I can help you with, please?" Um,
Oh.
yeah, but then she would also implement like stupid fucking things, so we weren't allowed to hit each other. But the way,
Wow,
okay,
stupid
that's
rule,
not the
mom.
stupid that's not the stupid thing. But the stupid thing was if we did hit each other, the other like you would have to go tell her, and then you would have to bend over her lap, and the other kid would get a free hit. And I'm like, what was this teaching us?
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah, honest. Like I just and yeah, we definitely weren't allowed to say heck, or even like I got in trouble with saying like what the heck, and she was like,
Oh,
"Rusty, you
I
will
have
not
a
be saying
story about
heck."
heck also.
Oh dear.
When I was little, my grandmother, I would spend a lot of time with my grandparents,
Mm-hmm.
and my grandmother would say like, "Oh heck," about whatever she was doing, you know.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
one time, my mom picked me up, and I was definitely like under 6, and
Oh
I
gosh.
said to my mom, "Mom, Grandma says bad words," and my mom was like, "Oh," because like my grandmother was like the sweetest, gentlest, loveliest, like God fearing, like prim and proper woman. And my mom was like, huh? And this was my dad's mom. And so my mom was like, okay, well, what does she say? Like, you can say it just this one time. You can say the bad word. And I whispered to her, Grandma says heck. And my mom was like, oh, that's not a bad word. That's fine.
Yeah. Wow, no, it was a bad word in our house. I think I told this story about when I was like 4, and my siblings and I, we were told, like, you know, we better not catch you swearing or you will wash your mouths out with soap. And for one, we were saying, like, we would like razz each other. I'm like, I'm about to say a square word, and then like we wouldn't say it. Like, and then yeah, and then we were like, you know what? If one of us does accidentally square, why don't we just eat soap to see how bad it tastes?
Just to see if it's worth it to swear or not.
And we all took a chunk out of the bar of soap and had a munch. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, not worth it.
And we're like, oh yeah, better not square. Ooh. You know?
Trump.
Yeah, just had a munch. I mean,
oh, that's so funny. I just love the way kids' brains work sometimes. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Oh, little baby Rusty chomping on a bar of soap.
Honestly, munch. I mean, not the worst thing I ate. It's like I definitely tried dog food a few times.
A few times.
Look, it was a different brand, and I'm thinking that dog is chowing down, and she is making that look so good. I'm just gonna have a little bit. Ah! Okay, but maybe this time it will be.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bye, Lamb. Good night. We'll probably wrap up right away, I think.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh man. Well, why don't we end on, do you have any least-found news to update or share, or?
As some of you may know, they be forking right now. So if you want to see that it's happening, I did get accused of creating smut for the pure purpose of titillating readers, and I was like, yeah, no shit, mate.
God forbid a lesbian want to be titillated.
Me, when I go to McDonald's, you just made those burgers for the purpose of being eaten. You sicko, you fuck. Like, so yeah, I read it. Leave comment. Let me know how you go. I made these not safe for work pages during like a month when my wife and I are apart. It probably shows. As I've heard from fantasizing. Yeah. I was like, sheesh. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, updates are as normal, and yeah, I post speed paints on my channel, but yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Good. Well, yeah, I don't think I did, but I will edit the video description to link to both Leastbound and your channel.
Oh, you don't have to, but thank you.
I know I don't have to, but I want to.
Okay.
The hostess with the mostess over here.
Blush. Oh yes, and Arbastorm got pulled into it because sometimes, because you know she's a fantastic artist, she's really into like drawing anatomy and stuff. So sometimes when I can't get a pose right, I'll like do a bad sketch of her. I'll be like, "Can you please help me?" And she'll be like, "Yeah." And so now she's like, people are like, "Oh, so you outsourced your lesbian smut scene to a straight woman?"
How dare next
not the tells and smells. Not this, Lee. Yeah, please make sure to be titillated because that's why I made the smut.
The whole point.
Funny. As opposed to the non-titillating Mormon smut where it's just, I don't know.
You mean it's not pure innocence at all times?
No, it isn't. I'm afraid not. Oh yeah, and someone else was like baiting me. He was like, "I'm a trans guy, but this girl on girl made me want to be a pure butch lesbian." I'm like, "Okay, you hate lesbians, just go." Jesus.
What the fuck?
Yeah, people be wildin', honestly. People be wildin'.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Just updating the video description for all the things.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay. This was really fun. This was a great
It was.
stream. I love that honestly so many people stuck around to the bitter end
Yeah.
because this was long and we went all over the map. So thanks to
We went
everyone who
hog
joined
wild.
us. Thanks, Rusty. This was awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Always. Probably we'll stream again on Monday or Tuesday. I think Tuesday is kind of feeling like our preferred stream evening. So probably do
Nice.
that, which is Wednesday morning for Rusty.
Stream vinning, if you will.
Stream what?
Stream vinning. It's stream evening.
Stream vinning. Very good. Very good. Yes. So thank you everybody for joining us. Probably see you on either Monday or Tuesday. That's about all I got. This was really fun. My face really hurts.
I will end as we began.